That's an eternity of basketball ahead of us. Another beautiful steal perpetrated by Todd White. The action continues. A let's go situation here. Alexei Deacon going up against a double team. Jho Moore has perfect access to the bucket. What you saw from that normal replay of that last bit of action was Juan Fernandez actually wanting to dish up the against Master Jaworski. We're crossing the twilight zone. That's an eternity of basketball ahead of us.
This is an eternity of basketball. We're about to start episode 175 of our show. But before that, we remind you we're part of the Globally Ballin Network. You can check out Who the Heck Are We? It's another show on the network. Episode 126 with Mert Altinos, Cebu FC winger. Watch that. Our most popular episodes on YouTube so far. Bernie Fabiosa's at number 1. Abi King, Mon Fernandez, Philip Cesar, all the way down to Freddy Hubaldi at number 10. Which one is your favorite? Keep watching the past episodes on YouTube. Globally Ballin. GloballyBallin.com is the website to check out original articles, audio and video projects, the Globally Ballin Network. Check out all their social media. Watch us on the Twitter page of Globally Ballin as well. We're live streaming over there. So that's another option for you. Linktree/Globally Ballin is the link that you need for all of that, for easy access to all of that. Hello, everyone, and I'm Charlie Cuna, solo for now. Sid Ventura will be here any second now. He's just getting his computer started. So this is episode 175, and very excited for this episode because we had his partner a few weeks ago, and they won a championship in the PBA. But more than that, he's a 9-year NBA veteran, played for the Pistons, the Suns, the Rockets, the Kings, and the Jazz. And averaged about more than 8 points and more than 8 rebounds a game in that career. Played with some of the best throughout that span. And then came to the Philippines, won a championship here, as I mentioned. Played in Italy as well. We're going to talk about all those stories. Number 6 pick in the 1968 NBA draft. Let's bring him in from Houston, Mr. Otto Moore. Otto, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for accepting our invitation. And we finally have you. As I mentioned, we had your partner a few weeks ago. His name is Larry Pounds. So for the fans, Otto Moore and Larry Pounds came to the Philippines, played for Royal True Orange, and just won the damn thing. They beat Toyota in that finals. Nobody expected that to happen except probably Otto. You're sure you're going to win, right?
Yes. No, you know what? When we what they call it, the first round or whatever, we'd only lost one game. You know, we only lost one game. Like we won our first. I think it was 9-0, I believe, before we lost the game. So I knew we were good. I did. I knew we were good, and I felt all along we were better than CRISPR. We was better than Toyota. Like I say, before we lost the game, CRISPR was the one that we lost our first game to.
Yeah, because those were the stronger teams at the time. They had been winning all the championships before that. You know,
yes.
so to the strong.
Yes.
But let's go back all the way to the start, Otto. You were born in 1946 in August. I'm sorry to tell everyone how your age right now, but who brought you? No, who taught you how to play basketball? Why did you choose basketball with all those other sports available to you there in the U.S.? Why was it basketball?
They made me play. We back when I came along, when you were tall, they make you play. They make you come out for the team. You can't play a lick, but because you're tall in high school, coaches they make you come out. So he made me come out. I didn't like basketball. I didn't particularly even care about playing basketball. Like really, no sports. We played like a lot of sandlot football and sandlot. We used to call it stick ball.
Yeah,
stick
ball, right.
Got the street playing, throw the ball up against the wall or something, and you hit it playing stick ball.
Right.
So I played that. I played that, but there was no park where I lived at. There was no baskets up, so I never did even bounce the basketball. To tell you the truth, and he just made me come out as 10th grade.
Okay.
And
how tall were you by then?
He quickly threw me off the team too. To tell you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He quickly threw me off the team.
Because you couldn't play.
Yeah, he told me, get out the gym. Get out. He said, no, back then, coaches, I tell you, well, these people don't realize a lot of things have changed with coaches. They can't treat you to high school, college, pro. They can't treat you the way they used to treat you in the old days.
Yeah,
they can't. They can't do that anymore. We used to have 3.5, 4-hour practices. You can't do that no more.
Right. They're gonna file a complaint against you, huh?
Yeah, you don't have no kind of practices no more. And I'm glad they can't do it though, because it was wrong. It was wrong then. It was wrong. But that's the way it was.
But by 10th grade, how tall were you already? Which is why they told you to play basketball.
I don't know. I don't know, because they never measured us. I guess I was just tall. They never measured us back then.
But you must have been six foot something already by then.
Yeah, 6 foot something. But they, I know when we went, we never got on anything, to measure ourselves. I never went to a doctor. Like you go to the doctor's office, they just have that, the scale with the height measurement on it back then. I never went to a doctor, so I don't know. I think they guessed my senior year. They said I was 6'9", so
okay,
I took it from there.
So when did you start liking the sport? Because you said you didn't like playing basketball; it wasn't your thing. When did you start liking it and start working on your game?
I'm trying to think. After my junior year, they made me come out again. The old coach got fired. When he got fired, I was happy because I said, now I don't have to deal with him no more. So they hired. The guy was a track coach that they hired. In fact, he was the math teacher, but they hired him as the basketball coach.
Okay.
And he told me he wanted me to come out for basketball. I said, why? I said, why? I said, I thought I was done with that. When the other coach got fired, I thought I was done with all that. So he made me come out, and it was horrible. I was a junior. It was horrible. I was horrible. I mean, horrible, and I hated it.
Okay.
But so I maybe still stick with it. And then that summer, I don't know. I started liking. I started finding out everything I could about it. I started I started reading the basketball books. And back then, games weren't on TV. They weren't showing games on TV. Not
Right.
not in Miami. Now they might have been showing them up north somewhere, Iowa or maybe I don't know, Nebraska somewhere, but Michigan. But we wasn't getting games in Miami. Not even pro
Okay.
games. But I just
Okay.
started liking it. And when I came back, when I was let me tell you this. I'm gonna go real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When we used to when my 11th grade, when we used to go play team,
Right.
when I tell you I was horrible, I don't think I averaged 4 points a game.
Okay.
And so we went to every place we went. We went to Jacksonville. We used to go to Orlando. We go to Orlando for like 3 days and play schools in Orlando. We go to Jacksonville and play for 3 days and play teams in Jacksonville, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I tell you, it's hard to tell you I was bad. I was bad. We played it. And like in Dillon, like in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Everybody went to the playoffs, so we went to the playoffs. We played a school out of Delray Beach, Carver. They
Okay.
had a guy that was about 6'5" and looked like he weighed about 300 pounds playing center.
Okay.
He ate my lunch. He ate my lunch. I mean, when I say lunch, he ate lunch, dinner, supper off of me. He was a senior, but my senior year anyway, I wish I could have played against him, but he was gone. But anyway, when we went to Jacksonville, I stuck it up. I mean, I was horrible, terrible. The next year, come around my senior year, and I didn't notice. The coach didn't tell me for a while. He finally told me, and he said, son, every place we go to play, they want to know who you are. And I tell them it's the same kid that was from last year. And they say, no, he's not. And they had to show proof that, because you couldn't go to another school, just up and go to another school and play sports even back then. You just couldn't do it. So he said I had to show them proof that you're the same guy that played last year. We went to Jacksonville, Florida, the same school. I mean, the same three schools. Because we played Anderson. I want to see Anderson, Hart, and another school up there. And from Florida, it was Booker T, my school,
Right.
Carver, and Miami Northwestern. All three of us, we travel. We go up there and we play each night. We have 3 games each night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first night I got 40 points. That really set him off. He's like, "Who's this guy?" He said, "Where'd you get this?" But I didn't know that. Now, coach didn't say that. The next night I got like 35, and it kicked off like, "Where this guy? Who is this guy? How y'all get this kid and from where?" All of
They
a
thought
sudden,
you were someone else, huh?
yeah, and they said, "How old is he?" Because how old is this guy? he can't be 17 years old. So he told me, fine, but I didn't know. He said, he said, but every place we go, they want to know who is this guy, who's this kid, and they don't believe it. So I just started liking it, and I really see my mother and trust my mother. My mother wanted me to go into the army. I was going to go to the army after high school. I was going straight to the army. I was going right to the army. She wanted me to go to the army, and then I didn't think nothing about no scholarship. Then I got a scholarship offer started coming in, and they was telling me, you got a chance to, to go to college, and from there see what happened. And my mother was disappointed that I wouldn't go into the army. Never forget that.
Uh-huh.
She said, "Why you want to go to college?"
Really? Okay.
Well, she wanted to see me in a uniform. See, the guys were coming home, went to the service. I don't care if it was the Navy, whatever it was, the Air Force, they come home. And when they come home, you got to see an area like the slums of the Philippines, I'm in an area like that. So everybody knew everybody. I mean, 8, 9, 10, 12 blocks, 15 blocks, everybody knew, you knew everybody because we all went to the same high school anyway. And they come home and their mothers would parade them around the neighborhood, come knock on the door. And so hey, Junior home, and he had to be standing there with that uniform. I can remember, and I was in elementary school. I remember that, and that's what I wanted to do too. And I know that's what she wanted. And she's really disappointed because she said, "Why you don't want to go? Why you want to go to the service?" I said, "Mom, I got a chance to go to college." She said, "Why?" But she got over it. She said, "But that's what you want to do." She said, that's the way she said, "Well, if that's what you want to do, go ahead." I said, "That's what I want to do."
She let you do your thing, huh?
Yeah, but
why did you
I just
choose?
started once I started liking it, man. I tell you, I tried to. I read I tried to get every basketball book. I just followed basketball, man. I just started following basketball.
Right. Why did you choose Pan American, Otto? Why did you settle? I mean, why did you decide to go there?
Well, they see. I tell it. I could say usually I don't tell it really publicly, but I don't tell it publicly. But none of the NCAA can't nobody do anything now. See, but I didn't realize they pushed me to go there. The coaches and the principal, everybody at the school was pushing me to go there. So I wanted to go to Purdue.
Okay.
And I wanted to go. I'm trying to think. I wanted to go first. I wanted to go to Purdue. Well, they discouraged me from going there. They told me, Purdue, why you want to go there? He said, plus it's cold up there. Plus, he said, you're gonna have to know algebra, all kind of calculus. I said, no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go. So then, like I said, I read everything. Every basketball book I would get. Every week, the basketball books, I get 3, 4 of them. They had a guy at Syracuse named Dave Bean. I said, Dave Bean, he was 6'3". And he had 2 guys with him that was 6'10". Dave Bean led the team. Dave was 6'3". He led the team in scoring, assists, rebounds, and block shots at 6'3". I said, these 6'10" guys, what are they doing? I said, plus I read everything. I mean, he was good. There's this college. I say, this guy needs some help. See, I could rebound and I could block shots. I don't know why. You say who taught me? Nobody taught me anything. Nobody taught me nothing. I mean, how to shoot, nothing. I just fell into it. But I said, this Dave Bean guy needs some help. So I come to school. They said, son, what are you thinking about going to school at? I said, Syracuse. So the history teacher said, Syracuse. He said, they used to say, son, come here. Come with me. We went into the room. He had these big old books. I'm not going to say the encyclopedia, but all these books on the shelf. He went to the S. Took that S book out. Turned to Syracuse, New York. And he said, they had about 8 pages showing Syracuse, New York. All 8 pages had snow. You can see the rooftop of cars.
Right.
And you can see somebody with a snowblower. I guess that would have blown clearing the streets in the book. And he said, now you got to understand, I'm from Miami now, just like the Philippines. He said, son, this is where you want to go to school at. And he was showing me, every time you flip a page, this is where you want to go to school. He said, you would die there. Just like he said, you would die there. I said, no, sir, I don't want to go. He said, go on and go to class. He said, go on and go to class. So from then on, then they say, we got a school that we think you would like. Got weather just like here in Texas. I mean, in Houston. I mean, in Miami. And it's not a big school, but you're going to be a big fish. You're going to be a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
You're gonna rule this place. You see, and we think it'd be a good fit for you. Well, anyway, come to find out way later, everybody got paid but me. Okay. Everybody got paid because when I came back to the school. Once I made pro, I came back to the school, The
Right.
coach is still there, so I was visiting the coaches. I come to the school, and there was a teacher there that wasn't there when I was there. He was in the class. He was in the room with these two coaches. I went in. I found out what they said. Coach, so, I mean, they're up on the second floor, blah blah blah. So I found him. Went, Coach, blah blah blah. Come on in. He was there. We started talking. So he said, I want to understand, because he said he knew I was. How did he go to a school like that? You know, he got a really small school. And come to find out, they said they held. I know y'all know who Guy Lewis was.
Yeah. Coach Guy
Guy
Lewis.
Lewis, University of Houston.
Yeah.
Yes.
I found out Guy Lewis would call the school at least once or twice a week to inquire about me. He wanted me to come to University of Houston. They never told me that. They never told me that. Never told me that. But he said, see, I'm telling you, they said, how did he go to school? And the coaches said, well, and he did. Can you see me? Can y'all see me?
Yeah.
You know what? You know what that is?
Yeah. Of course.
Mhm.
That's what he did. And I said, I didn't get none of it. Which I did. But everybody got paid but me at that time. I didn't get any.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's a funny story about that. But you know, at least by that time you love basketball. You're getting into it. I think Sid. I think it's perfect time we enter the
Yeah.
first segment of our show, because Sid prepared some photos from your career, Otto. It's time to show them in the time capsule, which is brought to us by Fitbit. It helps everyone in the world get healthier, from counting your steps to giving personalized insights on your heart rate and sleep patterns. Log your exercise and access great tools and content on the Fitbit Premium, all on the Fitbit platform. Check out all their products on Fitbit.com. Feel the power. Let's go to the first photo. There you are. Who's this young fella, Otto?
Okay.
You see that? You see the photo, Otto? Who's this young guy?
Yeah.
Who's this guy on the Bronx?
Yeah. I got that one.
You must have been about what? How old here? About I don't know, 18 or 19, right?
I'm trying to. No, I was about 19. Because when I got there, the uniforms we had like uniforms of like they came down to your arms, like the shoulders.
Mhm.
They had like sleeves on them.
Okay.
In my sophomore year, that was my freshman and my sophomore year, we went to those. He went to the most stylish type jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, like this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who were the
Yeah.
memorable players you went up against during your college career, Otto?
Say that again.
Sorry. Who were the more memorable players that you went up against during your college career?
I'm trying to think of some small schools. I'm trying to think. Nobody came out of.
Did anyone eventually make it to the NBA among opposition?
No. I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to.
Yeah. You got to
I'm
go way
trying to
back.
Mhm.
You know,
I'm trying
Otto played at Pan American from 1964 to 1968. So that we're going all the way back there,
Yeah.
right?
Let me say they had guys that were promising at these other schools, but they had a kid that was at Western Carolina. I think my sophomore year, he was a freshman named Henry Logan.
Uh-huh.
He was projected to go pro, but he didn't make it. I'm trying to think. Guys were projected to go, but
Right.
none of them made it.
Uh-huh.
Now
So from
it was guys that was like at other schools, like Jerry Sloan was at Evansville.
yeah,
But
Evansville.
like they may have been a couple of years ahead. Like Walt Frazier was at Southern Illinois. They were like a couple of years ahead of me. I didn't play against those guys, but the guys they was at these other schools. They was at their schools. When I was in school.
Mhm. When you were studying at the Pan American, you lived on campus in a dormitory.
Who?
Did you live? Were you living on campus
Oh
in a
yeah. Oh
dormitory?
yeah. Had to live on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Back then, you got to think now. You're going back in the '60s. You lived on campus. You know, that was it. Yeah. In fact, when I started, the dormitory was only 2 stories high. And the girls' dormitory was only 2 stories high. And I think when I got there, we might have had no more than 6,000, maybe 4 or 5. I want to say 4 or 5,000 students. Because see, and most kids were commuting. So and the dormitory wasn't that big. It was only 2 stories high, and it wasn't that big. And so you had more or less kids were commuting there. And now I know they got over 25, at least 25, 30,000 students there now. And man, you ought to see Edinburgh now in McAllen. It's like, well, I put it like this, like the Philippines has grown from the time when I was there to what the Philippines is now, Manila, what Manila is now. Well, Edinburgh and McAllen is the same way. In fact, the whole valley now, it is huge. They got freeway. When I was there was no freeway.
Right. And the school's now known as Texas Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, Texas Rio Grande Valley. Yeah, they sold out. They got some money, so that's all that is. Oh, that's all. Yeah. That's all that is.
Which part of your career in Pan American did you start, feeling that you could make it to the pros? The scouts were probably looking at you already.
I'm trying to, what? It still hadn't hit me about the pros. Might have been maybe my maybe my junior year. Maybe my junior year.
Okay. Were they talking to you?
Because even when Lucius going, that still was like, he was the first. Really, he was the first. And they had other guys that come out, like a guy named Howard Montgomery. I think he lasted maybe a year with Philadelphia. Howard Montgomery. And at that time, now we done had guys got drafted since, but as far as making it. Luke, me, the guy named Fred Taylor, he played 2 years. And everybody else only played maybe not even a year. They get cut in the middle of the season, or maybe after about maybe two or 3 months.
Right.
Did you get any interest from the ABA? It was just starting.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah. Which teams?
Virginia.
Virginia Squire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Virginia Squire.
And you said no to them.
Yeah.
You said no.
But nothing happened. I didn't. We didn't pursue it.
So the NBA was really.
We just knew that was an option if the Pistons didn't work out for signing me. That I could go there, but I wanted to go to the more established league at that time.
Yeah. Right.
But they weren't sure. At that time, they weren't sure that league was going to last.
Yeah. But in 1968, when you were drafted number 6 overall, did you know? Did the Pistons call you, tell you that they were going to pick you at number 6?
No.
Okay. So you were surprised as well.
No. Well, actually, I thought Phoenix was going to take me. Okay. Because Phoenix came to a game, and Jerry Colangelo at the time said they were going to draft me. He said, "We think we're going to draft you. We're pretty sure we are." And as usual, I found out you come to the league. They just lied to you. All of them, they lie. They lie. The GMs, the coaches, they lied to you. But I thought Phoenix was going to draft me, and they didn't. And I was surprised when Detroit got. Plus, I thought the new team coming in was San Diego. San Diego also came to the school. These scouts came, and they looked at me pretty well. They talked to me too, and I thought I might go there, but they didn't tell me they were going to draft me. I thought I was going to go there, but you know, they had the number 1 pick. I knew they got Alvin Hayes, and you know, hey, that wasn't a bad pick.
Yeah. Not a bad pick at all. Phoenix was picking at number 8. So Detroit got you at 6 because Phoenix's selection was number 8.
No,
they got Gary Gregor.
Phoenix was new. Yeah, Phoenix. Yeah, they had the 6th pick, I think, right? No,
you were picked at 6. They chose number 8. They got Gary Gregor.
I thought they got Gary Gray or whatever his name. I thought I was 8 and he was 6.
No, you were 6. Well, I'm looking at what this is what the internet tells me now. So I'm not sure. I mean, I wasn't there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Gary was 8 and I was 6.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, then I feel better. Okay, see. Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, they got a couple of big guys before you. Elvin Hayes, as you said, Wes Unseld, who wasn't so big, but he was
not bad.
Awesome.
Not bad picks though. None of those guys.
Yeah, Tom Bowerwinkle was there.
Yeah, Bullwinkle, yeah.
Yeah, so those are the guys.
Yeah.
Then I noticed. Yeah, I noticed from the 1968 draft, there's a couple of names that stood out for me. At number 15 was John Trapp, and number 22 was Gene Moore. These guys played in the PBA as well.
Yeah.
John Trapp and Gene Moore. Yeah. Eventually.
The Trapp didn't last long though. Trapp didn't last a week.
Yeah. Then Gene Moore also played for the Tanduay squad.
Cornell. I want to say Cornell Warner.
Yeah, Warner too. He was in your draft. Was he? I didn't see his name.
Yeah, Cornell Warner. He went to Jackson State.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Those are the guys.
He didn't last. He didn't last a week.
No, but the question.
But you know what? I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't. I was surprised about Trapp though, but I was not surprised about Warner because I've learned real quick in the Philippines you got to be able to score. You got to be able to score. If you don't score, because they don't send guys home who scores, and they still send guys home.
Right.
You know, and Cornell was a good rebounder, a good defender, but he couldn't get you 10 points. And I say, why did they bring him in? I said, I remember saying that. I said, he can't score. He can't score. And they want you to score. They're like they told me. They wanted me to score. I didn't want to score. I wanted Larry to score. I just wanted to win. I just wanted to win.
Right.
And they wanted me in paper. They wanted me to score.
Yeah.
Coach, Ocampo came to me and told me, he said, I want you to score. I said, Coach, we're winning. And at that time, when he came out there, we were 3-0 or 4-0. I said, Coach, we're winning. What's wrong with not scoring? I'm not scoring when we're winning. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. He said, they want you to score. He said, I want you to score, Coach. So,
yeah, but
I said, all right, no problem.
Larry Pounds was there to do the scoring. You were there to get the rebound.
Yeah, and he could score too.
Oh yeah, that guy
could score, man.
Yeah.
That guy could score. Sid, you're gonna ask something?
No, Otto, when you got to Detroit, Dave Bing was there. Supposed to be if you had your way, he would have been your college teammate, right? At Syracuse, and then when you get to the Pistons,
he's
there, right? So
but I'm glad I didn't go no place where it was cold, man. I wouldn't have lasted at them places, man. Not then, not at that time.
Yeah.
Man, that cold. Cause when we go on the road and we go someplace that was cold, couldn't wait to get back home. We went to Idaho. Couldn't wait to get. You know what? When you say played against somebody, look up a guy named Ron Boone.
Yeah,
Ron Boone.
Ron Boone.
Yep.
Ron Boone. He went to Idaho. We played them. We went up there and played them up there. We played Ron Boone. I forgot. Yeah, Ron. He was good. And I think he played the Utah Stars. He came in with the Utah Stars, I believe.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, Ron Boone. But we went up there. Man, woo, Lord have mercy. Jesus. Then we went to played Northern Michigan. We played Northern Michigan
Okay.
up there. Oh my! I said, and I told a couple of guys on the team, what did they do to get y'all to come to school here? Because I said, whatever it wasn't enough. I said, how could y'all come to school up here, man? Black guys. I said, it's no way. There's no way I would go to school there. I said, there's nothing they could tell me. I said, now they could trick me and bring me here during the summer, the one month of summer that y'all have, and trick me, could bring me in that end. I said, oh, the weather's nice, just like it is in Florida. That was horrible. Northern Michigan went out there, it was horrible. But every place we went that had cold, that had snow, man, I was glad. We was glad to get back. We was glad to get back home.
Yeah. But what was it like finally teaming up with Dave Bing at the Pistons? How was he as a teammate?
It was great, and I told Dave that story too. I told him that story. He thought it was hilarious. He said you joking. I said, no, Dave. They told me you go there if you want to. you gonna die. I told him that story. It was great. Because once you get to the NBA with those guards, that's why a guard, he's able to average 8-9 assists a game. Because man, those guys see, they find you. You get open a spot. You just you just create space. They get that ball to you. Pick and roll with Dave. He get that ball to you, man. I mean, it was great.
He was great. Yeah. Yep. He's still an upstanding citizen till now, right? He's a big time guy in Detroit.
He was like Jaworski. Jaworski wasn't the mayor, but Dave, Dave was the mayor of Detroit for a while.
That's right. Yeah. Became a politician. And you got to play with some greats. You played with Walt Bellamy, Dave DeBuscher, Bob Lanier, right? All these guys in Detroit. So
I told you I made a lot of Hall of Famers, man.
Yeah. You helped them make the Hall of Fame.
I made a bunch of Hall of Famers, man. Pistol Pete, man. I tell you, Pete was great, man. He was great. He was great, man. He was. Pete was great. Tiny Archibald, Tiny Archibald. He was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
It's crazy. You played with Dave Bing, Tiny Archibald, Pete Maravich, Calvin Murphy, all these great guards. All these great guards, you got to play with them, and it's just,
that's right.
Wow, it's amazing. You're on your resume, and some big guys. You also played with a guy named Jimmy Walker, right? And Jimmy Walker's the dad of he's the dad of Jalen Rose.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Jalen Rose, right? Who's on TV all the time now.
Yeah,
here you are with Phoenix. After 3 years with Detroit, you went to Phoenix. How'd you get to Phoenix? Did you get traded, or did you just sign with Phoenix?
Yeah, I got traded. Yeah.
Okay.
See, what happened was back then, I had my second year. I was pretty good, decent. And when they got Bob Lanier, Bob wasn't ready yet. Bob really wasn't ready. Now Bob was great, but Bob wasn't ready. So my third year, Van Viedekoff, coach, Bob wasn't ready. I started. But see, I really don't know the exact amount they signed Bob to. But Bob might have got something like, he's making maybe something like $200,000 or $300,000 a year. I think he signed like a 3 or 4 year contract. But Bob was making something like $200,000 or $300,000 a year. And so back then, by my third year, I was doing good. I started, and then as Bob really got accustomed to what he was doing, the man took me out of he started me and took me out of the rotation. But I had played real well that I could command a new contract, a lot more money than what I was making at the time. Well, they got me up to $100,000. And back then, they was not playing two guys big money, and one guy was going to sit on the bench. So they weren't going to pay me $100,000 and sit on the bench. Nowadays, everybody on a team from number 1 to number 12, I say this, from number 1 to number 10 is probably making $1 million.
Yeah,
or more in the NBA.
Right.
Somebody said the other day, well, not the other day, they always say these guys are all millionaires. It's a fact.
Right.
Now a guy sit down making $2-3 million a year and don't never play. You got guys sitting on teams do not play making $2 million a year.
Yeah.
Back then you couldn't make big money and sit behind nobody. So like Boston. Well, the thing what they say with Auerbach with no secret. Auerbach, they'll draft the guy, and by his third year, they'll cut him. See, back then we were making no more than $35,000 a year if you wasn't a star. So they'll draft the guy, pay him $20,000-25,000 after 2-3 years, cut him, get another guy and pay him that same amount of money, as opposed to giving another guy a raise. Like Auerbach didn't want nobody to come in with an agent. Auerbach didn't like nobody. He even told Larry Bird he didn't like agents. And the story went, Bird said, well, you're going to like mine. I said, really? They said Bird came in with his agent anyway.
Yeah.
But Auerbach didn't like you to come in with an agent. And that's how they were back then. They were brutal. That's why guys making money now. I'm happy for them. I'm really am. I just came along too soon.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, came along too soon.
Yeah, but we're talking about all the greats that you played with Phoenix. You got to play with Connie Hawkins, Paul Silas.
You remember the
Charlie
Hawk,
Scott,
huh?
The Hawk.
Of course, Connie Hawkins. Hey,
Playground
the Hawk.
legend.
With those big hands.
Clem Haskins, Tom Van Arsdale. I think I played with. I either played with Dick or Tom. One of them at Phoenix.
I think it was Dick. I think Dick was on the team.
Yeah.
71, 72.
Yeah.
Then you played with John Wetzel, who became the coach of the Suns eventually.
Wetzel. Right.
So those guys, and Charlie Scott from North Carolina.
Yep. And that's when I really became friends with Charlie. To this day, me and Charlie, and I only played like that one year with him. And he didn't play like a whole year. Whatever it was, he came in and they had to hold him out, and then he finally came in and started playing. Yeah. But to this day, I'm more so with Charlie than a lot of guys that I played with for 2 and 3 years on a team.
Yeah. Because you started after the 3 years in Detroit, Otto. You went to Phoenix, then you went to Houston, then you went to the Kings. So you were jumping, then you went to the Pistons back again for a while. Then you settled down with Utah in the last part. Let's look at the next photo, Carly.
Yeah.
No, I never settled with Utah. New Orleans.
Oh, New Orleans. Sorry, not Utah. No. New Orleans Jazz. Right. So here you are with the Kings and the Rockets, and then the Jazz. So 3 different teams, and there you are progressing in your career as you go along. And then you were telling me, the other day when we were talking, you had fun in most of the places. You didn't like Kansas City too much. You said.
No, I didn't. I didn't like. I like nothing about Kansas City. Didn't like the weather. Didn't like the coach. In fact, coach, I don't think he said over 10 words to me. He was only there for when I got there. I think he was only there for about 3 weeks before he quit.
Which coach was this? Bob Cousy.
Bob Cousy. Yeah. Bob Cousy. I don't think he said over 10 words to me. And I think 1 week, 2 weeks, that 3rd week, I think he quit. He just, because we were losing, he just quit. He quit. I mean, he said he couldn't handle it. He was done. He quit.
Yeah. When you're used to winning all those championships and all of that, and you start losing, that's probably what happened with Bob Cousy.
And then we got this other guy. His name was Phil Johnston.
Right.
Phil Johnston, not Phil Jackson, Phil Johnston.
Yeah. Right. He coached into the 80s. Even in the 80s, he was coaching.
He didn't like me neither. So, because when the season was over, they cut me. And I played well coming off the bench. That's all he used me for back then anyway. Every time I come off the bench, I play well. But, guys on the team, when your teammates, they're not, your teammates say stuff to you. And otherwise, you can learn if you're not doing something You know, if a guy's not doing something, I'm not gonna tell him you're playing well or you should be playing more. Or why did he take you out of the game? The guys, a couple of guys on team, they would, say that and it was true. In fact, like why I'm going to the game. See, back then you're just a sub, relieving the center. I mean, relieving the starter back then.
Uh-huh.
And I don't care if we up 12-15 or we down 12-15. No, they're gonna play me 2 minutes. Not going to out. I'm just resting up the center. That's all I'm doing. I don't care how well I play. I don't care if we go up. If we go up 6 points, I'm in, or we go down 6 points. I'm gonna come out either way. I'm coming out of the ball game, and I would play well though. I'm not bragging anything, but I would play well. And Sam Lacey, we were on the road. Sam Lacey banged his knee against somebody, and he hurt his knee. Not bad, but he hurt his knee enough that it kind of puffed up on us, giving him trouble. And so we played one night. I forgot who he played, but anyway, the knee was bothering him, and we was going to Portland. So if we were going to Portland, I think we had a day off, and we didn't know if Sam was going to be all right or not. So I didn't know. So the next time we go play, I didn't know I started until we come in the locker room, and he said, "You starting tonight?" And that was with Bill Walton was there. A healthy Bill Walton. I say a healthy Bill Walton. And so that was a throwaway game. We had Portland. Nobody expect us to beat Portland. I'm just saying, we go into the game. You go play, we're gonna win, but we could win, but you don't expect to beat Portland at Portland with Bill Walton, the team they had there. They had a decent team with Bill. Well, I think Maurice Lucas was on that team too.
Right, yeah. Bobby Gross, those guys.
Yeah. Okay, Okay, So that really, they really expect us to win that ball game. Just play, do your best. Well, we beat them. And I tell people, look it up. I got 20 and 20. 20 and 20. And I don't know, I maybe got 2 or 3 block shots that game. And it was, how did he do that against how did Bill Walton let him do that? I said, how did he let me? The question ought to be like, how Bill Walton let Otto Moore can play?
Yeah.
You take Otto Moore for granted. Otto Moore can play.
Right. Yeah.
I can play. But anyway, out of all that, the season was over. I played well with Kansas City. Like I said, I played well that little time, that little 4 months I was there with Kansas City, because I got traded from Houston in the middle of about January or so. And I got cut from Kansas City as soon as the draft. See, the draft was earlier back then. Draft was not dragging on to what it is now, because it wouldn't have been a team in the season. The playoffs didn't run as long as what it ran. And so after the draft, they drafted this big 7'2" kid, and they cut me without even seeing what he can do, bring me to camp or whatever, and they cut me. Anyway, I'm gonna skip all what I was living in Detroit then anyway. I was going to University of Detroit to work out with Smokey Gaines and Dick Vitale. Well, Smokey got me out of the house because I was done. I was done with basketball. I was so hurt, disappointed. But anyway, I go there. He got me to go to some games. I wasn't gonna go to any games. He said, "Come on, let's go to Piston." I don't want to go to no Piston game. But he got me. Come on, drive over here. Go ride with me. We go to the game. In fact, he was playing Kansas City. We go to the game. I go into the locker room, and he has the gall to walk up to me. The coach did, Phil Johnson. Hey, Otto. I wasn't gonna say nothing to him, but he said to me, "You know what, Otto? I should have played you and you was there. I should have found a way to play you and Sam together." I swear to God, if I saw him that day and he tell me today, you guys from the Philippines say, Can you believe Otto was in jail for slapping somebody?
Yeah.
Locked him up for assault. You know, he told me that. I'm like, you coach, you didn't see it then? And people used to say back then, I don't know why they don't play you at forward some game, you know, put you out there just to play defense on some guys.
Mm-hmm.
They used to say that back then. But he told me that. He came up to me and said I should have played you and Sam together at some point, you know, in time, certain games.
Yeah, you would have been a Twin Towers kind of thing back then.
But that bothered me that you didn't see it then. You didn't see that I could help you win ball games. That's all about. Just help you win. Not that I was better than anybody, greater than anybody, but I could help you win ball games.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
And he didn't see it.
When you were with the Kansas City Kings, you got to play with Larry McNeil, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
Larry McNeil became a legend here in the Philippines too.
I know. Larry
scored 80,
didn't
80
score like
something.
that till he got over there too. Larry's a good ball player, but I didn't know Larry could do it like that though.
Yeah,
88 points.
Yeah, 88
and
points.
And also the other boy, Dean Tolson.
Dean Tolson, right? Yeah.
Tolson he was with Seattle at the time when he was in the league.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you know, but he's been on the show. He was our guest already sometime last year. So he was telling us all the stuff that he could do.
Royal.
Oh, wow, you have that. That's amazing. That's a 40-year-old.
That's really cool.
Towel there.
Can you see it?
Of course. Wow.
That's the only thing I have.
Wow, man, that's crazy that you still have that. I'm glad you brought it out to show it.
That's the only thing that I have. That's the only thing that I have. And what gets me is you go on on YouTube. I saw games. I saw Billy Ray Bass play. So the games on YouTube. I saw Billy Ray Bass play. They had some games. They showed Toyota play. But anyway, Christmas, the teams. Some of them they changed names too, but they showed the games. So Billy Ray scored, I don't know, 60, 70 points. But they gave trophies for winning the championship. We didn't get anything. We didn't get I don't remember. Now we got a trophy. I don't remember seeing a trophy, but we didn't get a ring.
Yeah.
We didn't get a medal or nothing to show that. And to this day, I'd say I got nothing to show for winning the championship. Nothing. And that's the only thing I just didn't like, that I don't have nothing to show. So when you say, when I show you this, it don't say champion, but I'm proud of this because this is it. This is all. This is all I got. More than I got some. I got some. I got a scrapbook with some stuff in it, but this is it.
Yeah.
That's why I keep this. I still got it, and I'm gonna keep this until I'm gone.
Yeah.
But that's all. That's it. That's all I got. I got nothing to show. I got nothing to show that I won a championship.
Yeah. It's just in the books now.
That's it.
Championship. Yeah.
I just wish they'd have been giving out rings or something. I don't know, something to show that you got.
The ring started many years after you guys.
I know. That's what I say. And the trophies, they showed the trophies. Somebody won it, and they played 3 different. I don't know. They played 3 different. They had 3 a championship in this one, and another championship. Yeah, and they got a trophy for each one of them.
That's right.
And I think Jaworski won whatever it was. He won 3 of them. And 1 year, I think he did. Some nations was telling. I think I saw.
Crispa did that in '76 and '83. They won all 3.
Okay, I thought
Toyota, the most Toyota did was win 2 in a year.
Okay.
They never got.
And I saw that, and I thought, hey, don't trust me. I think it's wonderful. I just wish, like I always say, I just come along always too soon. Too soon, man. Just come along. Just something to show that I won a championship. Because people ask me all the time, did you win a championship in the league? I say no, but I won one in the Philippines. And they say, and most guys, they say, did you get a ring? And I say no.
I got a towel. yeah, I got a towel. So this is short
champion on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Let me
shortly
see.
before you came to Manila. This is
Yeah.
you played for a bit in the CBA for Maine, and then shortly after this you got recruited to come to the Philippines. So this is a short stint there. It says at the caption at the bottom that you probably won't come back. That's what it says.
Probably what?
It says you won't. You probably won't come back is what it says
Well,
at the
I,
bottom. Yeah.
I wasn't invited back.
Oh, okay.
I was never invited back. See, what happened was, um, my second year. I'm not one. Okay, see, I don't remember now. But they did. You had to take. You had to take physical. For some reason,
Uh-huh.
I took a physical, and they found out I had an enlarged heart. Well, I
Okay.
knew that. I said, yeah. I said, okay, so I said, I've been out. Yeah, I said, I know. He said, you got an enlarged heart. I said, okay, yeah, I know. I've been playing with it, and they didn't want me to play. They didn't want me to play. They wanted to, they wanted to send me home. They didn't want to. They didn't want to deal with it. The enlarged heart that I had. So I talked to the GM, the owner, Ed. We met. We had a conference, and I wanted to stay. They said, liability. I said, well, I will absorb the liability. I said, y'all drop a contract, anything saying now, anything happen, y'all are not held liable and can't be sued by any member of me or any member of my family. And they did that. And so I signed it. But after that, though, and that had to be my second year. Yeah, that's my second year when I came back. They found that out, and they didn't invite me back because I noticed most guys got back. Like Larry came back. Aaron James came back. Guys, Al Terrell.
Uh-huh.
But they never invited me back. I mean, no other team. No other team would take a chance on me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't get invited back. I wanted to
Next.
come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to
Just didn't
stay over
happen.
there too, to tell you the truth.
I think the next photo is a Royal Tour Orange photo. Carly, let's show it already. Just bring back all those memories. Here's the team. There you go. There's your team in the PBA. I think that's Bubba Wilson because that's not Larry Pounds. So that's got to be Bubba Wilson.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So what year was this one here?
1980. Yeah, this is 1980. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but that's what I remember. This is 1980. So
Wait a minute.
it was
Who's there in the back? Who's there in the back?
which one? Which guy there?
I'm trying to figure the black guy in the back.
That's Bubba. Bubba Wilson.
That is Bubba.
Yeah, that's beside you. Because no, you're the only guys you played with are Larry Pounds one time and then Bubba Wilson the other
Oh,
time.
that is Bubba. So I didn't. Okay, that's Bubba.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then you got
When did
Coach
we take
Ed.
this picture? See, I don't even remember taking this picture.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, well, it's
No,
something
I
we
don't.
found it.
I don't remember taking this picture.
It's
This probably opening day.
opening day because there are balloons in the back, and the
Because
team
I'm trying to figure
has a
out
muse.
those pants. What are those pants they got on?
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Really?
You sure that's me?
Yeah, that's you. That's number 34. That's you.
I don't have that. Those pants. I don't have that.
You weren't able
Well,
to take it home. Huh?
yeah.
That's what. Okay. Okay. Okay.
This,
I'm gonna go with that. It's all right. Give them
yeah.
back. Cause
There's four
I'd have
guys.
kept that.
Yeah, there's four or
like
five
that.
other guys been on the show. Some of your teammates have been on the show here. Of course, you have Yo-Yo Martirez, Ramon Dizon, Dodi Ramas, B-Boy Ravanes. Those guys have been on the show.
Oh yeah.
The five of you in this photo have been on the show.
Rudy LaRosa. That's Rudy, right? I know that's Rudy.
Yeah, that's Rudy.
I recognize it. And Leo Pagutalan.
Yeah, Leo Pagundalan.
Yeah,
Right.
Pagutalan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How about Tony Torrente? Remember him? He's the one in the middle.
That's him. That's the little guard.
Tony Torrente and Jess Migalbin.
Yeah. Mickle B.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So those are the guys on this team.
Oh,
1980.
yeah.
This is the 1980 team.
I don't have.
number
But
13 is.
I don't
Who's
remember.
number
I do
13?
not remember taking it. So what was this picture for though? What was it? What was the picture for?
I think it was opening day. It's probably opening day because of the balloons
Yeah.
and all of that. So you probably had to march out onto the court. That's why you have the muse. The muse walked with you. The lady, she walked with
I
you
should.
guys.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, taking pictures. I sure don't remember taking a picture like this. You know, a team picture. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I
We'll
sure
send a
don't.
copy to you.
I'll send this to you. I'll send it to you via email. I'll email it to you.
Yeah, I do not remember taking this picture here.
Yeah. This is probably This is likely
Let me
at
ask you a
the
question.
Araneta Coliseum.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a
What's
question.
what's
Let me
up?
ask you a question. Help me out with this.
Sure.
How was Toyota able to bring Bruce and Andrew Fields back every year, and me and Larry couldn't come back and play the next year together? Only one of us could come back. I need somebody to help me with that because Bruce and Andrew played together. I know my first year, and they was there my second year. Only thing was one started.
Yeah,
You
they couldn't play
you
together.
couldn't start both of them, and then the other one until the second round or whatever. Then you can start both of them together. But I remember my first year they were there, my second year they were there, and me and Larry could not come back together, and I did not understand that.
I don't know. I don't know what the reason for that is.
Okay,
Does
well,
anyone
I'm
know?
telling you,
Anyone
why.
listening? Yeah, our followers, the guys who watch our show, a lot of them know these stories. So maybe someone knows it. Then you can punch it into the comment box.
Yeah,
But
because
I'm not exactly sure.
think about it now.
No, because
I'm
Larry
telling
was
you.
complaining. Larry was complaining about that too. He had to go to another team. When he came
Yeah.
back, he played for another team.
I didn't understand that though. Bruce and Andrew, I know my first year they were there together, and my second year they were there together. And I didn't understand why me and Larry couldn't come back that next year together. I just didn't. I did not understand that at all.
Yeah,
I didn't. You know, I couldn't. I know, and I just didn't, I couldn't figure that out.
Yeah. Why? How come you guys weren't able? And you won a championship, so you wanted to come back together, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, why not? The other teams were doing it. I didn't get that though. That's why I didn't understand that.
You know, there's one follower who watches our show all the time. He's having a ball today. Bertie Desena, with all his comments, he knows all these players and about the Utah Stars and all of that. He's been commenting throughout the show. So thanks a lot for that, Bertie. But this is a great photo. I think that's the end of our first half of photos. We have a few more. Let's just take a short break just to remind everybody, Carly, that we're part of the Globally Ballin Network. Check out Mukbang with Jho Jho Maraginot, episode 7 with Diego Dario and Jello Vito. You can watch that as well on the Globally Ballin Network. And you watch and listen to us on Spotify, guys. And if you watch and listen to our show on Spotify, send us some love. Give us a 5-star rating, please. We'll appreciate it very much. And you can also become our monthly supporter for $4.99 or 250 pesos a month. And we recognize on our future episodes. And as usual, we will love you forever if you do that. Thanks to Ramon Dizon, your former teammate, Otto, Joseph, Leslie, for being our members. Thank you for all of that. And like and follow Globally Ballin Southeast Asia on Facebook for all the little tidbits on all the shows on the Globally Ballin Network. And we continue our time capsule, which is brought to us by Fitbit. It helps everyone in the world get healthier, from counting your steps to giving personalized insights on your heart rate and sleep patterns, log your exercise, and access great tools and content on the Fitbit Premium, all on the Fitbit platform. Check out all their line of products on Fitbit.com. Feel the power. Back to the time capsule. Let's look at what's next. Sid prepared this, and there it is. Here's some action photos, Otto. There you are. I don't know who you're guarding with Crispa, but I'm sure the people watching know which import of Crispa number 55 is. On the other side, you're there defending Francis Arnaiz, going for a layup.
That's who I couldn't think of the other night. Francis Arnaiz. He was good.
You know, he was good. He was good.
Yeah, he was. Francis Arnaiz was good.
Yeah, he could hit from the outside. He could finger roll, throw that up like that, hit a layup over your hands. I'm pretty sure you blocked him maybe a couple of times. But
I'm sure I did too. I'm sure.
Bertie's saying that the import of Crispa that you're guarding on the post there on the left side is Irv Chapman. Is that Irv Chapman?
Yeah, I remember Chapman.
Okay. So
That
that's probably
that
him.
was Chapman. That's who that is.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot, Bertie. And so, yeah, that's Irv Chapman. Then Arnice. Who's the other guy on the right? Is that Paguntalan?
Number 16.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is. Have you seen these photos before, Otto? Or are this the
No,
first time
no,
you're
sir.
seeing all of
No. Uh-uh.
Yeah, there's quite a few more. So how did you get recruited to the Philippines, Otto? Who called you and then told you to come over?
No. I called. I was playing in. I was playing in like they call the Continental at the time. It's the
Yeah,
Continental Basketball League at the time,
right. Uh-huh.
CBA over here. And so we went on the road. We played. We played a team in Pennsylvania. And so one of the guys after the game, a guy came in the locker room. Guys come in, they know guys and come and speak to guys. And a guy came in the locker room and he's talking to one of the guys sitting next to me in the locker. He's just talking. I didn't know him. And he said, well, blah, blah. And he was just talking. He said, man, he said, what you been doing, blah, blah. He said, well, I played in. He said, man, I played in the Philippines. He said, I played on. He said, you was in the Philippines? He said, yeah. And I said, you played? I said, you played over in the Philippines? And he said, yeah. And I said, look, man, who do I call? I mean, how do I get there? He said, well, listen. He said, I'm not going back. He said, well, I'm not going to go back. I tell you what. He said, my coach, I could give you my coach's number. And he said, and I remember he said, Ed Ocampo, and you can call him and talk to him and see what they say. So he gave me the number, and I called him and I talked to Ed, and Ed said, well, I tell you what, he said, let me talk to whoever, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I'll get back with you. And about 2 days later, 2 or 3 days, he called me back and said, yeah, we'd love to have you come over. So that's how it started.
Uh-huh.
Just
Who was the guy? Who was the guy?
Just from listening to somebody conversation next to me that I didn't know.
Who was the guy who told you about the Philippines, Otto? Do you remember?
No,
No,
he wouldn't.
former
No,
import there.
God, it was so long ago.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If you
Uh-huh.
probably
If
would
he
have got
came,
me maybe
if he
10 or
already
15
came from
years
here,
ago, I
then
probably could
yeah,
have told you.
yeah.
Yeah, he was a
But
previous import,
if
I'm
he
sure.
played for Ed Ocampo, then it's
But I
former
tell you
Royals,
what,
former Royals
if
Orange
you could
imported.
find out, you could find out the year before I got there, because
Yeah.
like I said, he said he wasn't going back there next year. Whoever it was the year before I got there, um, if you give me a name, you find a name, give me a name, it probably would ring a bell with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, former Royal Orange imports in 1978, likely,
Yeah.
right? But when you
Yeah,
got
definitely.
here, Otto, and you first started practicing with your team, and you got exposed to the Filipino brand of play, what was your first impression?
My first impression of what the team or what?
The
Yeah.
Filipino brand of play, the PBA brand of play.
Oh, the brand was great. I thought it was more or less when it's rough with the NBA, but I like it. It was basketball. It's basketball.
Uh-huh.
You had good players, which you did. It's a good league to me. I was happy to be. I was happy. I was so happy that it was. I tell you what, at that time when I went to Italy, Italy was playing like college. They were playing like zone,
Uh-huh.
uh, and I'm trying to think. I think they might have had. I can't remember. I know they were playing a lot of zone,
Hmm.
and I didn't like that. And I hated that zone, just playing a zone. And I said, this is like college. Plus, I had an idiot for a coach. I said he's a stone idiot. He practiced you like he was in college. He practiced almost like 3 hours a day. He practiced like 3 hours a day. I come to the Philippines and Ed didn't run us in the ground in practice. Coach Combo did not. He didn't run us in the ground. I mean, We practiced, but we didn't. He did not run us in the ground.
He was pretty laid back, right?
Yeah, I look forward to going to practice. So it wasn't like, oh Lord, I gotta go to practice. I don't want to go to practice. It wasn't like that. It was not. It was not like that at all.
You remember any top local players who you went up against that gave you
Yeah.
a hard time?
Yeah. Who were the good local guys that you played
You gave
against?
me a hard time.
Yeah.
Phew, nobody.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Nobody.
which
Okay,
local
who
players,
impressed you?
impressed you?
No.
Which
I mean,
ones impressed you?
no. I'll say this. Guys always talking about what they don't respect. I did not go in not respecting nobody.
Uh-huh.
I respected everybody that I went up against. So I didn't go in just because I played in the NBA. I'm just gonna lay back and guys, is gonna let me do what I do, not play against guys. Because
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Fields and Bruce could play.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
And CRISPR, size man before he got, was a problem. Size man could play. I
Right.
know y'all
Right.
remember him.
Yes.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Size
Yeah.
man could play. So I didn't come in there disrespecting nobody. And like I say, I don't remember because, like I say, we were 9-0 before we lost the game. So I know we had to play against Larry McNeil and Dean Towson, and they didn't beat us. We
Uh-huh.
didn't lose. We didn't lose no games. With me and Larry. Me and
Yeah,
Larry
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
lose. We didn't lose.
that was a
So
special team.
I couldn't remember playing against Larry and Dean, but we had to. But we beat them, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, I didn't start losing until that next year when they didn't get me, and I said they didn't get me a real good partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when the losing really set in with me. About now
That's
you're
right.
talking about having tough time with guys because Booby, he wasn't, but I didn't understand why Ed and them kept him all year because I see him send guys home on
Uh-huh.
them other teams. They send you home. They send you home.
Right. Right.
So now in the second year now I might have caught trouble because we were getting beat, we were losing. But not that man with me and Larry, I don't remember. And I'd say what's the team? What's the team? Glenn McDowell played with you something.
UTEX. UTEX.
UTEX. They were good. We beat them. We beat them both times. We played them. One time, the game was close, and McDowell missed the game at the buzzer. If he hit that game at the buzzer, they would have beat us. That's the first, but the next time we played them, we didn't have no trouble with them. But like Snake Jones, I don't remember Snake Jones, but he was there when I was there, because I met Snake Jones there. That's how I know him. But we had to beat him, so I don't remember nobody, beating me and Larry. Nobody beat us except that time. CRISPR beat us in. Where was the coach from CRISPR? Bay. Where's Bay? Where was he from?
Baby Dalupan?
He was from whatever province he was from. That's where we had the game at.
Oh,
Where
okay.
the game was out of town. That's the
Out of
first
town.
game that we lost. See, we beat CRISPR earlier, and then they said the coach could pick where the next game we played at. So he picked the game. I forgot what province. I want to say Cebu. I
Uh-huh.
think we went to Cebu. I'm almost sure we played that game in Cebu, and they beat us in Cebu. I was upset about that too, because we should have beat them there. That's another story. We lost that game too, but that game
You,
we
you
lost.
mentioned Crispa, Otto. There's a guy watching right now. His name is Bernie Fabiosa.
I don't
He was a
remember.
Crispa. He was the point guard for Crispa. He's watching right now.
What was
And
Cole?
then
I thought
no,
Cole was the point guard.
he was the two guard. He was the off guard.
Oh,
The
Cole
other
was the
guy was
two.
the two guard.
Oh,
He
he
was a
had to go
shooter.
because I remember
He was
Cole
the
was scoring. All Cole did was he scored.
You mentioned
Yeah.
Atoyko. You mentioned Francis Arnaiz. You mentioned Jaworski. Who else do you remember? How about the big guys? Do you remember Fernandez? Do you remember Cesar?
Yes, I remember Fernandez. I tell
He's
you,
right
I
there.
remember everybody
He's right there.
for Toyota.
He's right there in the
I
picture on the
remember,
left side.
all those guys from.
Yeah.
You remember
You almost,
Toyota? Toyota was like the Boston Celtics. You remember those guys?
you almost
Yeah.
kicked
Oh
him in the
yeah. I
face.
remember.
You almost kicked him in the face in the photo. Look at that. That's Fernandez.
Oh, that's who that
Fernandez.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
to your left, that's
Fernandez.
Mon Fernandez.
Now
On
see,
the right, Philip Cesar from
that's the picture. Now, and Philip was good too. Cesar was good. Cesar was good.
Yeah, he was.
Now see, that's a picture there they only have on a card. See.
Yeah, amazing.
Now see that picture on the right with Cesar. I remember that. I remember that play. Now you talking about you talking about me respecting them. I don't think they respected me because a lot of them they were challenging me.
Yeah. That's how
Yeah,
it is
they were
for the
challenging me.
imports. That's what they do to the imports here. They challenge the imports all the time.
Yeah. You talking about who talking about me? I tell you, I respected everyone, but I could notice they didn't respect me, and the coach for CRISPR didn't respect me neither. I say it now. See, back then I didn't say a lot of stuff. I wasn't a politician. I wasn't making waves. I wasn't saying stuff to hurt feelings and upset nobody. But he didn't respect me. The coach for CRISPR didn't respect me. He didn't, and everybody respected him. I understood because he had won. I don't know how many championships he had won before I got there, but he had won though, and he had a lot of respect from a lot of people over there, and I knew that, and I knew that. But let me tell you, when they picked the team, the Baltimore Bullets came over there to play a game, exhibition game.
That's right.
They didn't pick me to play in that game.
Yeah,
I didn't get picked to play in that game. Now here is an ex-NBA player. And I don't get picked to play in that game. I didn't get picked.
That's great.
Yeah. So when I say I got talking about respect, I got disrespected a lot. I got disrespected a lot. That I didn't get picked to play in a game that I feel I could have helped them. I don't know if we probably wouldn't have won, but I felt like I could have helped them a lot more than what some of the guys they did pick.
Right.
Play in that game.
It's amazing. I'm amazed that you remember all of that too. I mean, you still remember that.
Let me tell you something. I guarantee you. I bet you this. If anybody has ever done wrong to you, I bet you remember it from 20, 30, 40 years ago. I remember stuff from high school, kids bullying you and doing wrong. I remember. Somebody do wrong to you, and I felt I was done wrong. You remember. And like I say, I didn't say nothing then. I didn't say a word about it, but I felt I didn't disrespect. But I also know the coach from CRISPR disrespect me. Though I know he didn't respect me. He didn't respect me then when I was there, and I knew that. I knew it, but I never said anything about it. I said now, and that's a fact. And no disrespect toward him because I know he's a legend over there. You know, and I wouldn't try to put myself in a position to have people dislike me because of what I'm saying about him. I'm not saying anything that's untrue. I'm not saying anything to hurt him. I'm saying the fact that he disrespected me more so than I disrespected him. And how do you pick guys to go to play against an NBA team and you don't take a guy that's played 9 years in the league, did well against the Bullets when I played against them in the league. So
that's a mystery. That's the mystery right there. But I was gonna ask about your team, the Royal Tour Orangemen. I mean, you remember the names. You saw them in that photo earlier. Here you are going up against Andrew Fields. Who did you become closest to? Who was your buddy? Aside from Larry Pounds, of course, from the local guys.
Jess, really Jess.
Miguel.
Yeah, really Jess.
You know his son played in the PBA too. Many years later.
No, I know, man. Those guys, I tell you, probably if I'd have been over there, I'd have had a son.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. That's the thing, I love that when I see guys have sons that come behind them and play. I think that's great, man. I really do. I do. I look at those guys just like Jaworski. I think it's great what he got with his son.
Yep.
Man, that had to be a great feeling, man.
Wait, hey, I finally found the
Now,
list
wait a
of
minute.
the.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I was more so with Jaworski than I probably was more so with the guys on my team. Being close with Jaworski.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, you went out? You hung
yeah,
out
but
with Jaworski?
yeah,
Well,
you
not
have a
hung up, but
you have a Jaworski
he,
story.
he talked. You know, some of those guys, I think they should. I don't know, most of the guys come overseas talk to guys from other teams because back then you could tell guys didn't really maybe associate with guys. I see them and speak to them and talk to them. You know, hey, like I say, Abe King. I remember Abe. Bunch of them was standing around the compound, and I walked up and I said, "What's up, Abe?" He said, "Hey, how you doing?" I told him, and some more. I said, "How y'all doing? What y'all doing? Just shooting the breeze, blah blah blah." Then the next time you see them, they speak to you first. You know, they speak to me first. But I see guys, I speak to them, I talk to them. That's like Jaworski. I
Uh-huh.
see him, I talk to them. Then the next time they see you, they
I
talk to you. I tell you what, Fernandez. I ain't gonna say too much, but Fernandez. Well, anyway, I talked to Fernandez. You know, I can't. I won't go where I talked to
no, but
Fernandez.
Otto, I know you have a Jaworski story. Can you tell us the Jaworski story? Remember
Jaworski.
the one you yeah, the one you told me about the socks?
Oh, yeah. Well, like I didn't have too many pair of socks, and I liked the socks he had on, and I said, Ron, I said, where'd you get the socks? You know, the team. He said, oh, he said, you like the socks? I said, well, yeah. And I said, and I don't have any. I said, I don't have too many socks, you know. He said, well, I will see. He said, like you said, I'll see what I can do, and I'll let you know. I said, okay. So I don't know how long it was. I don't know where it was even at. It might have been we may have get to play him or getting ready to play him or whatever. And he had a bag. And he gave it to me. I said, he said, here, Otto. And I looked at the socks. I said, oh. I said, well, how much do I owe you? He said, no, you owe me nothing. I said, no. I said, I know I owe you something. He said, oh, don't worry about it. Just enjoy it. And from then on, that's why I say, from then on, you know, he see me, I talk to him, and he talk to me. Now, you know, during game or whatnot, we wouldn't, but I see him away from it. Yeah, he talked to him. Most of the guys, I tell you what, Artico. That's Artico one day. And he walking, he just in the car, he walking by, and I say, what's up, Cole? He's, hey, Otto, how you? That's how you doing? I'm doing okay. They're like they're surprised that you're speaking to him.
Uh-huh.
You know, that you're saying hello to him. Well, I see him, I speak to him. Hey, we're not enemies. Now we get on the floor. Yeah, I know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. You know, and
Right.
I'm about was the only guy that didn't want to fight him when they foul you out there on the floor. I expect it. I say, hey, I come from the NBA. We got fouled there. We get hit there. Arguing and carrying on. Guy gonna hit you. Over there, these guys want to fight those guys. I'm talking about the American guys want to fight guys when they foul them. They used
Uh-huh.
to say, you know they foul him. He's not trying to hurt you. They gonna foul you. And guys take offense to it. I never took offense to nobody fouling me. And I know Jaworski, like I say, knowing him, and to tell you how guys are, that's when you know guys for you. And it was a close game, one of the close games we played them. So, you know, they hit foul you to send you to the free throw line. And Jaworski slapped down on he chopped down on my arm.
Yep, that's what he does. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he chopped down on my arm. And the ref, you know, he called it, and I'm going to free throw, and he said, Otto, it's okay. I said, I'm fine. You know. And he kept saying, you're all right. I said, I'm good. And he said again, oh, I'm sorry. I said, I'm all right. You know, I'm not mad at you for fouling. You're supposed to do that. Because I might come back and foul you. I don't expect you want to fight me, but that's what guys do. But
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
let's let you know he apologizing to me for fouling. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I talk to him. They may not say much, but I speak to the guys. You speak to them. Let me tell you this, so y'all don't know. I was living at the Galarmi apartment.
Uh-huh. Guillermo, yeah.
When I tell you, I had more guys come by my place. More guys came by my place, man. I think more than anybody, on any other team that played there. that year. Yeah, I mean, my apartment stayed full with, well, ladies and guys. I think that's why they came by too anyway. You know, I had a lot of friends. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I had a lot of friends. So,
Yeah.
but guys, man, my apartment. I'm talking about from another team now. Y'all had a guy there named Billy. When I first got there, had a bald head. His name was Billy.
Billy Robinson.
Had a big mustache.
Yeah, Billy Robinson.
What was his last name?
Robinson.
Yeah, Billy. Yeah, I remember Billy though. Yeah. See, that's why until you give me a name, it'll come to me. Billy Robinson. And I was surprised or more amazed that he could speak Tagalog.
Yeah.
But he said he had been there since he was like 21 years old. And I think at that time he's 30-some years old then by the time I got there.
Mm-hmm.
But he said he had been there, he'd been there since he was 21 years old. He said he never left.
He was one of the first imports to play.
But he came, guys that didn't play basketball came by. So, it's just my place was the place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here you are with your partner.
Yeah. Larry Pounds. And the headline says you were Royal Orange's odd couple.
Yeah, they say pounds and more pounds, more. They say more pounds, more pounds.
Yeah. You guys look really happy in this photo.
So we won that championship, though.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that championship series? You guys. You mentioned you guys played really well in that conference, but you were up against Toyota, a proven championship team, but you beat them quite easily, right? 3-1 was the series.
I remember that we were good. I tell you, I remember we were good. I mean, pound for pound, coach didn't play certain guys. A lot of guys didn't get minutes, but we had a good team. I know we had a good team. I knew we had a good team when we went undefeated them first 9 games. I couldn't believe it though. I figured when we went 3-0, I figured somebody gonna get us. And they kept talking about Crispa and Toyota, and we hadn't played them yet. Everybody talking about Crispa Toyota. We hadn't played them yet. And because I know the night we played Toyota, the arena was sold out. Because we was undefeated. And I don't think they had lost the game yet neither. And I know the fact the arena was sold out. And we beat them. And when we played Crispa, the same thing. It was sold out. Well, it looked like it was sold out. The arena was full. And we beat them. Yeah. That's why I said we beat them there. And then next game, we was out of town. Yeah, they fixed us. They fixed that game to go out of town. And that's the only game that we had lost up until that point. But I remember I don't know who he put in the game. It didn't matter. Everybody, what's his name? Jacutin, I think. I know. Sometimes I don't pronounce their name right.
Marlo Hakutin.
Say it again.
Marlo Hakutin.
Yeah, I know Hakutin. At that time, Hakutin was an older player. He was older then. But he could play. He still had it. You can see, but he could still play. And so when he in the game, I encourage everybody to play. I think play, shoot, play. And what was the guard name? What was my guard name to shoot the we call him the Mad Bomber.
Which guard was this? Tony Torrente?
Tony Torrento. And I would tell Tony, shoot the ball. Tony, shoot the ball. Yeah, Tony, shoot the ball because Tony, shoot the ball. Don't worry about missing. I should tell him, don't worry about missing. I get the rebound. I should tell all of them, don't worry about missing. I get the rebound. Shoot the ball. Rudy would come in the game. Rudy got that little post-up game a little bit.
Yeah.
Give him the ball. Play, Rudy. Rudy, just play.
Lefty. He was a left-handed postman, right?
Yep, he was a lefty.
Just play. And let me tell you, he loved to drink beer.
Yeah. San Miguel beer.
He loved to drink beer, man. Boy, he loved to drink beer.
A lot of
Now
them.
you talk about drinking beer, Rudy loved to drink beer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
surprising. A lot of players back then, they smoked in the locker room
Yeah, a lot, but Rudy for
and they
sure.
drank. Yeah, they drank a lot. Yeah.
But Rudy for sure, man. Rudy.
No, but
What do you remember
what?
about?
Yeah, go ahead, Sid.
What do you remember about the championship game itself? That went down the wire, right? And I think it was
Let me
Larry
tell you this, sir. At
who
that
hit it.
time, let me tell you what I did. Nobody knew. I'm telling you, we were good. I knew we were. I'm telling you, we were good, man. We were good. We were good. We were so good that we had beat. Up that point, Toyota hadn't beaten us. Toyota hadn't beaten us. Crispy hadn't beaten. Nobody had beaten us. All the teams supposed to be. When we beat Toyota, and Toyota was like, to me, the Boston Celtics. Though at the time, the old Boston Celtics. Toyota could put like what's his name? Oh God, what's his name? Joining them. He was young. The young kid.
Twadless.
Twaddle. Yeah, see Twaddle. When Twaddle was, yeah, there you go, Twaddle. When Twaddle joined him, Twaddle was good, and we Twaddle didn't do nothing against us. He played, but he didn't do nothing against us. Everybody else Twaddle did, but I knew we were good. We see at the time when we played defense too. We defend. Now, CRISPR hadn't beat us. Toyota hadn't beat us. When we went into the when we went to for the championship game, we hadn't Toyota. I knew Toyota couldn't beat us. I wasn't worried about Toyota beating us. We won. Okay, let me tell you what I did. I went to the mall and I got a T-shirt, right? And back then, you only had to play three. If you win 3 games, it was over.
Yeah.
So I went to the mall and I got a T-shirt made up, said 3-0 champions, 3-0, and I put it on and put my jersey on over that T-shirt. Because after the game, I was going to take it and put it up and parade around. And I thought, and I didn't do it. I say, that's not you. To myself, I said, you're better than that. You don't. I felt at that time I was rubbing it in somebody's face. I said, you don't do something like that. Don't do that. And so we won the first 2. Then they won that next game.
Yeah.
I was mad about that because I heard some stuff about that we weren't supposed to win that game. I'm just saying, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I just heard that. I'm not. Probably wasn't true, but that's what I heard. Me and Larry heard that we weren't supposed to win that game anyway. They was not going to let us sweep them. No way. That's what I heard. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe nothing like that. I never believed nothing like that. I was so upset that I heard that, but I was upset about that. I went back and I got 3-1. 3-1. And I brought it to the arena and I chickened out again. I said, that's not you. Don't do nothing. Don't do. But I was mad. I was upset that they won a game.
Yeah.
That's how I know how good we were. So I didn't do it. We won. But like I said, that was a tough game. And they say, Yo-Yo stole the ball. Yo-Yo stole the ball.
Yeah.
He stole it.
Yo-Yo stole the ball.
Yeah.
Yo-Yo stole the ball. And because
just like
Francis, he stole the ball from Francis.
Right. Yeah.
Francis was coming. Francis was coming up the floor. And I was back. Now, I don't know what I was going to do, but I don't know if Francis was going to score. He may have, but he was coming my way. And I was there. I don't know what he's going to do, but whatever he did, I was going to react to it. But Francis came, stole the ball, and that was it. So you say what I remember. And I just remember we were good. We were a good team. And I'm telling you, I just felt nobody could beat us. That's just how I felt. Nobody, not even the CRISPR, Toyota. Once we got them out the way, I knew nobody else could. I wasn't worried about UTEP. I wasn't worried about none of those other teams beating us. I wasn't worried about nobody beating us, and nobody did. Now, when I lost Larry, when I lost Larry, let me tell you, they had a kid came over there my first year. Name was now you know what it might have been his name was Boston. Do y'all see a kid named Boston?
Larry Boston played for
Larry Boston.
His name was Boston. I remember Boston.
Larry Boston played for CRISPR in 1980.
Was it Larry?
Larry
Boston.
Boston.
Larry Boston.
Yeah, 1980.
Was it my first year or my second year?
Your second year. That's your second
year. See, and we were losing games. See, that bothered me because he made a statement about me. He made a statement about me.
What did he say?
I don't remember exactly, but he made a statement about me being too old and something about them beating us, and because he was losing. He made a statement about me because Aaron James, the one brought it to my attention. Aaron said, "You see what he said?" I said, "What he said?" And it was in the paper, and I read it. And Aaron said, "Now, he shouldn't have said that." I said, "Yeah, but it don't bother me." And that night, I said that night, when the next time we played him, he didn't do nothing against me. We lost, but I didn't have, my partner was not up to what my partner should have been.
Yeah.
So that was my second year. I knew it was one of them, yeah. But he made a statement about me, about me being too old and about my playing. And I said, I remember I said, "Boy, I sure wish I had Larry." I said, "I sure wish I had Larry." I tell you what, if I'd have had that kid named Paul McCracken was a guy named Paul McCracken. I played with him in Houston. He was with me when with the Rockets. Paul McCracken was good. But about 6'3", 6'4", he was good. If I'd had Paul McCracken, been a whole different story. He was Paul McCracken was good over there in the field. He was good.
It's an important thing to have the perfect partner, and you and Larry were the perfect combination. Really, he was taking care of the offense.
That's why I couldn't understand why he couldn't come back.
Yeah, that's a mystery nobody's told us yet. If I find out, Otto, I will tell you.
Yeah, I didn't understand that because I'm telling you, Andrew, y'all looking at it. Andrew and Bruce came back together. I know my first and second year they did. And I couldn't understand why Larry couldn't come back. Whatever. But they made a decision to bring me back, not Larry, which I felt bad about too. And I just said, why Larry can't come back? I didn't understand that.
I love this photo though. I love this photo because look at you there. You look so happy. You look really happy in this photo, Otto.
Oh, man, I tell you. Couldn't nobody, when you're winning, and you know you're gonna win too, that's let me tell you, that's the greatest feeling you could have, that you go on that flow, all you got to do is play, perform. Nobody gonna beat you. And I think the other teams sense that too. They feel they could, but I'm telling you, we had Toyota only that year. Toyota only beat us one time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
they only beat us when we got to the playoffs. They hadn't beaten us, and that's why I say it's gonna be 3-0. Toyota can beat us. I'm talking about with both Andrew and Bruce on the field at the same time. They still couldn't beat us.
And then the best thing about this photo, so you and Larry are all smiles. Everyone else in the crowd smiling. Look at that. All the fans are smiling.
They're Toyota fans. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They Royal True Orange fans.
Right.
And you know what? We had our own fan base. The fans came like we had our fans though. We had a whole bunch of fans. People gravitated toward Royal True Orange.
Right. Yeah, they wanted the underdog to finally beat Toyota and CRISPR, right?
Yeah.
Gotta get in there.
But every time we played Toyota, there was a full house. We played CRISPR, and somebody else we played. It'd be a full house. But some of the teams we played, they just knew probably wasn't going to be a good game. We was going to beat them anyway, so they didn't come. I think one team, I can't think of the team. Me and Larry, my first year, they had two white guys. I think
That's
they may have won
Tanduay.
2.
Probably
Yeah,
Tanduay.
maybe Tanduay.
They may have
Tanduay.
won 2 games that whole year, maybe 2 or 3 games
Yeah.
that whole
Yeah,
year.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's
that was
Tanduay.
Tanduay.
And why that I couldn't remember. I think they may have won 2. And you know what? They almost beat us. The first time we played them, they almost beat us, and they should have beaten us. They should have. I said they should have beaten us. One of them was a close game. I say maybe, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 seconds in the game. One, may have been less than that. One of the guys from Tennessee, he went to the basket and he got fouled, and the refs didn't call it, and it was ball game. We were leading, and the refs didn't call it, and we won that game because they was on the refs walking out. You know how you walk off the floor? They was just following the refs running. It's a foul! It's a foul! And I was right to say, yeah, it was, but they didn't call it.
Right. So it's not a foul. It's not a foul if they don't call
They
it.
should have beaten us.
Yeah. I love this photo, but let's move on to the next one, though, Carly. Let's check out what's remaining. I think there's a couple more here. Here's an article about you. It says, awesome Otto Moore.
They had one. They had one a nice. She said Otto the Great. Now I got that. I got that. It's a big picture too.
Oh yeah.
We have a big old picture say Otto the Great. We'd beat.
It says
we've beaten everybody though.
Yeah, it says he's the guy who gets the job done for RTO.
The top what?
The guy who gets the job done for Royal True Orange. That's what it says.
Oh.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember this one.
Yeah, it says here you
How y'all get all this stuff? How y'all be getting these pictures?
Well,
we do our research, and we have some guys who help us out. So
where y'all finding them at, though? They still got this stuff, though.
There are a lot of fans here who collect old magazines.
They still got
magazines. It. Yeah. It says here to average 3.8 blocks per game. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know, but you know what? And I never knew that until he showed it to me.
Yeah, I
never knew that
about this stat
because they really never put this. You know what they do? They didn't. To me, they didn't do stats like they do over here, though. Mm-hmm. At that time.
Yeah. It's just from the PBA annual. That's where people do their stats now. It's not.
So here are your stats. So let's flash them on the screen now. 18.34 points per game, 15.7 rebounds, 3.2 assists, and almost 3 blocks a game in your 3 conferences here in the PBA. So that was pretty good numbers, especially the rebounding and the blocks. That's what you needed.
Yeah, I never knew that. I tell you somebody else I played with, y'all. I played with Billy Ray Bates too.
Oh yeah,
where?
Yeah, I played with Billy Ray Bates
in the CBA.
That guy was awesome, man.
Oh yeah,
he was. Billy Ray Bates was awesome, man. I never seen a guy that could stay up all night drinking, smoking, and score 45 points the next night. Not a day in between the rest. The next night.
Yeah, he was really good.
He was awesome, man. He did that. I never seen a guy that could drink and do that, man. I didn't. And that's being around guys all the years and all the places I've been and seeing guys. I'm just talking about even pick up basketball. You know, summer league games. Guys didn't do that. And Billy Ray Bates, the first guy I've seen that could do it and perform. And when I saw that he could perform, I didn't have a problem with that.
That was his gasoline.
As long as you could do that, do what you do, man.
Right. That's his gasoline. The alcohol was his gasoline.
His former teammates also had a lot of similar stories here when he was playing here.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep.
I read some of the stories.
Yeah.
I read. I tell you, YouTube. Thank God for YouTube. Now I tell you, like I see a lot of stuff on YouTube, and that's how I knew. I didn't know he was over there till they showed it on YouTube, and I said Billy Ray Bates in the Philippines, and had a big article, a couple of articles on it.
You know, Otto. They called him the Black Superman here. That became.
Yeah, he had his own sneaker. They showed his sneaker, the grand opening. Yep. The grand opening. I said, and again, I told Larry about that. I said, Larry, we came along too soon. I said, Larry, we'd have got something, Larry. I don't know. I said, Larry, we might have got a smoothie name. I said, back then, they didn't have smoothies back there. You know, we got smooth. Do y'all know what a smoothie is?
Yes.
You know what a smoothie is? Do y'all have them now?
There are some now. Yeah, they serve
Okay,
them
because
now.
well, they got the smoothie stores here. You go get a smoothie. I say, Larry, we better have a smoothie name after Raw True Orange Smoothie or something.
Oh,
I said,
well,
we came along too soon.
they could have called the flavor the awesome Otto Moore, right in that photo.
No,
Right?
Yeah.
orange would have been my flavor. I'd say, we're gonna do some orange or something, you know. I just, man, we came along too soon. I said they had a grand opening for. I saw that. I said that is amazing. That is really amazing, man.
Let's look at the last photo,
Amazing.
Carly.
Yeah.
I think there's one more.
Yeah. That's
There
the
you are.
last
That's
photo
you.
there.
That's you recently. A more
That's
recent
at the.
photo of you. But
That's when I got inducted into the Hall of Fame at my school.
right, I was gonna say congratulations on that. Obviously, it's always an honor for you guys to get inducted into the
In
Hall of
fact,
Fame.
can y'all see me? Y'all can still see me?
Yeah. Which one is that? Is that your?
Oh, this is
Oh, that's you. Hi. There's a
cardboard. Is that a
standee of
cardboard
you.
cutout?
Can you see?
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
you see up top?
No, we
No,
can't
we
see
can't.
the.
We can't see the top, but
Yeah,
I
we
can
can't
see
see
the
the head,
suit. Okay,
unfortunately.
I can't make it.
that's the. There you go. You're lying in. Okay, there it is. Yeah. So that's where the photo was taken from. Okay. Is it really as tall as you are, or it's a bit smaller?
No, that was live. They did that live. See, they cut. That's live.
Okay. Nice
That's
one.
live.
But 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 Otto, what did you do after you left the Philippines? Did you continue playing basketball back in the States?
Let's see. What did I do? What did I? Let's see. Oh, when I came. Oh yeah. Not. Oh, when I came back, I realized I tried. When I came back, I tried to get overseas, someplace,
Uh-huh.
and all they could talk about. I would think I was 30. I was 30 something then.
Hmm.
33, somewhere 32, 33, somewhere around there. And all they talked about was my age. And I say, what my age got to do with it? I say, I'm still producing. They say, well, that's the norm. That's what these coaches and GM think. Your age. Now they got guys playing in the NBA 35, almost close to 40 superstars. They playing now till they 30. See, the norm used to be the average guy in the NBA, I'm gonna go back. They would retire at 30, which I didn't understand. Some guys.
Right.
I remember when John Havlicek was going to retire, he told me, he said, Otto, this is my last year. I don't know why he told that to me, because we were playing against him at the time. He said, this is my last year. And I said, why? Because I don't know if you know John Havlicek
Hmm.
could play.
Oh yeah.
To me, up until when he said he retired, he was still killing people. But once you hit 30, 32, 33, guys just retire. They say you were old. Now they don't even listen. They guys playing now till they're 35, 36, 37, 38 years old. See, now it's out the window. Now they don't talk about nobody's age no more. Now they're letting guys come into the league at 18, 19 years old in the NBA. Back when I played, you couldn't do that. See, now it's a whole different outlook.
Hmm.
Now these guys, they talking about getting drafted now, coming to the NBA. They had a mock draft in the paper yesterday or 2 days ago. The oldest guy was 22 years old. From 1 to 30, they go draft. The oldest guy, they said the oldest guy was 22 years old.
Yeah.
Everybody else was 18, 19 years old, 20 years old. The oldest guy, and I think about that, that means a lot of seniors are not getting drafted in the NBA. That's what that means. A lot of seniors are not getting drafted. Guys that played 4 years, coming out 22, 23, not getting drafted. You putting your money into a guy that's 18, 19, 20 years old. Times have
Right.
changed.
Times have changed. You're right.
Times have changed.
Hey Otto,
Mm.
there's a fan. There's an old fan of the PBA. Look at what it says at the bottom of the screen. It says, I can't forget your words after the Royal True Orange Championship. You said, Otto, they can beat me off the boards every quarter of the game, but never in the dying minutes of the ball game. You said that in an interview.
Oh yeah. Um, what's his name? The coach again for Christmas.
Baby
Dalupan.
Dalupan. Baby Dalupan.
Say I tell Babe, right?
Yeah,
Baby
Baby Dalupan.
Dalupan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep
Baby
saying
Dalupan.
Babe said. Babe told me. Babe said, Otto, and this is way deep. This is way during the course of the season. He said, now I understand it. You let guys come in and get basket or whatever. You go to block, but he said, now I understand in that last 3, 4, 5 minutes, he said they don't get anything on you. He said, now I understand you. And I was telling him, I said, babe, the way the refs call the game, I get 2, 3 fouls quick. I say, you can score, yeah, you come on in there. But I'm trying to block, but I know when to get back or don't go. But them last 2, 3 minutes, I'm not fouling out of the ball game. He told me that. I remember, yeah, babe. So when you say that, yeah. So that little thing, yeah. And a lot of them, coaches start seeing that he's not gonna let you come in there the last 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes of that ball game. You're not gonna. Now all that, like I say, what's his name? Cesar coming there like you're doing all that. They was getting all that earlier, but no. But sometimes I would go early too, cause too much. You come in there too much, or you're doing too much. Now I'm not letting you get. You're not coming in here every time and do this.
Yeah. So after your playing days were over, Otto, what kept you busy after your playing days?
No, well, what happened? I say,
Yeah.
well, like I said, I tried to get overseas, and when nobody give me a chance, to catch someone my age, I said, you know what? You need to get your resume together, go into the real world now and get you a job, and start thinking about how much money now you're gonna put into Social Security and get you another pension when you come out. For about 15, 20 years. Try to be someplace 15, 20 years. So you retire, you're going to have a Social Security and another check coming in. And that's what I did. I got my resume together. I went here, there, and I was a liquor salesman for a while. I mean, go in the store, right, take orders and have them deliver the liquor to the store. Well, I was a wine salesman. You want to say wine salesman? I did that for about 4.5 years. I was a doorman at the Four Seasons here in Houston for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I wound up working for the city of Houston for 18 years.
Wow. Okay. Worked for the government. What were you doing for the city, Otto?
I was in sports, youth sports.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or what you could say, recreation. I was recreation.
Of course.
I was at
right.
Yeah, I got to a place where I could be at the gym all day.
That's great.
Okay.
Have you ever? Did you ever come back here, even for a vacation, or you haven't been back since you left?
You know how much money it costs to come to the Philippines?
We're pretty far. We're pretty far from there, so.
You run the far part. You know, do you know how much money to catch up?
Yes. So now you're retired and you're enjoying that pension now, huh?
Some people don't make that in 3 months when it take to go round trip ticket to come.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
maybe
maybe you can come back one more time.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to. Like I say, they don't have anything to invite. They don't invite you back to win a championship or nothing. They don't, like the championship team or whatever, invite you back. I noticed they don't do that. So,
Well,
if they did do it, they didn't invite me back, me and Larry back.
Well, actually, Royal True Orange, that was the first championship of that franchise for San Miguel Corporation.
I remember,
Yeah, that was their first ever PBA championship, and now
I remember
they've won the most number of championships in PBA history.
I remember.
They've won like
at that
25.
time it was CRISPR or Toyota. CRISPR, and people used to get me out in the city when they say, "Oh, you PBA player." I remember I say, "Yeah," and when I say yeah, they say, "Who you play for, Toyota?" Who you play for, Toyota? I mean, I got so sick of that I started saying, "Are you PBA player?" Yeah, and I don't play for Toyota. And I don't play for Toyota.
No,
But once we
it's good.
started winning too, and they got to kind of know. They say, "Who you play for?" I say, "Royal True Orange." Ah, True Orange. And we winning, and they say, "Oh, True Orange, True Orange." Yeah, Royal True Orange. And then once they
Orange
got
is
the name,
it's the only remaining original team in the PBA.
Yeah,
say
they're
what?
still alive. The team.
Yeah,
The
right
team is
now.
still alive until now.
Right now, Royal True Orange, the franchise, is the only remaining
But it's
original
not. But
team.
it's not Royal True Orange no more.
It's San
Yeah, it's
Miguel.
called San Miguel Beer. San Miguel
San
Beer.
Miguel. Yeah, San Miguel.
Yeah, and they're the
But
winningest. They're the
wait a
winningest
minute.
team right now.
But like, didn't they change names? Had two different names over a period of some years though. Was it called something else?
San
Yeah,
Miguel,
they've been
Magnolia.
called different stuff.
Yeah, and I saw that on
But
YouTube. Yeah, I saw that on YouTube.
They became
it's the same.
Magnolia. They became Petron. It depends on what product they want to promote for
Yeah,
that
okay,
tournament.
yeah.
But it's
I
the
remember
same.
that,
It's the
yeah.
same company until now.
Mhm.
Still winning. Still a pretty good team until now.
You know,
So
I just hate that. I do. It's some things you say it and you really, if you really mean it. That I didn't call Ed Ocampo. I didn't get a chance to talk to Ed. And when I saw the paper where he had passed, and I'd been saying I was going to try to get called Ed, and I never did. And when I saw he had passed, I felt that, that
Yeah.
I kept saying I was going to call Ed and talk to Ed. But that's good coach, man.
yeah,
Good
it's been a
coach.
while. I'm still in touch with his kids. I'm friends with all his children. So if you want me to send your regards, I can do that.
Good, yeah, good. I mean, he wanted him, Bill Van Beetlecraw.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think. Bill Van Beetlecraw, Ed Ocampo. I hadn't had too many coaches, man. Every coach I had was horrible, man. Just for me, they were horrible.
Uh-huh.
Really, the way they coached me, and guys. Let me tell you, guys would say, Otto, the coaches they didn't play you right. They should have, did this. They should have did that. They should have let you play. And guys would say that to me, different guys. And Ed Ocampo, Ed told me, you gotta shoot your free throws. You gotta practice free throws because you're gonna get fouled. They're gonna send you to the free throw line and you're gonna have to hit your free throw. Bill Barry Beetlecroft, same thing with my free throw shooting. Only coach. Those two, the only two coaches ever really told me about my free throw shooting because you're gonna get fouled and you need to hit them. You need to shoot your free throws. They never told me not to shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
Van Beetlecroft wanted me to play basketball. Play basketball. Everybody else was strict. Just rebound and block shot.
Yeah.
Rebound, block shots. That's it.
For the record, you shot about 65% from the line.
I know. Yeah. It's okay. I got a bunch of basketball cards to tell you.
So that's where you were at the time. But hey Otto, it's almost a couple of hours we've been with you, so we better wrap this up. We're gonna go.
Man, I enjoy this. I enjoy this because don't nobody talking to me about basketball like this. I don't go to no radio shows here talk.
Yeah. We're not done yet.
We're not done yet. We have some regular segments on the show that we got to get into right now. So let's
okay. All right.
That was the time capsule. The photos brought to us by Fitbit. Now we're going to enter what we call the Twilight Zone. That means our show's about to end. But we have some regular segments on this show. So the first segment of the Twilight Zone is called X's or O's. Okay, X's or O's is brought to us by Tuminugan Farm. If you need to relax and unwind, why not rejuvenate and reconnect with nature right at the foot of the Kitanglad mountain range in Bukidnon? Choose from a wide range of accommodations, the farmhouse, the bungalow, the cottage, or the tulugan. Tuminugan Farm can accommodate entire families, groups of friends, backpackers, and even team-building events. Check out tuminuganfarm.com or the Instagram or Facebook pages of Tuminugan Farm for more information. Book now! Okay? So, let's go. Let's go into X's or O's. Otto, I'm going to give you some choices. I have a list of choices. You tell me which one you choose. You don't have to explain why you chose it. Just tell me which is your choice. Okay, let's go down. Let's go down the list one by one. Otto, Elvin Hayes or Wes Unseld?
Elvin Hayes.
Elvin Hayes, okay. How about this? Rudy Tomjanovic or Calvin Murphy?
Calvin Murphy.
Calvin Murphy. Walt Bellamy or Bob Lanier?
Walt Bellamy.
Walt Bellamy, okay. Dave Bing or Connie Hawkins?
Dave Bing.
Dave Bing. Lakers or Celtics?
Lakers. No.
Lakers,
no,
okay.
no, I'm sorry.
No.
No.
Celtics.
No.
None.
Celtics.
None of them. Oh, Celtics,
No,
okay. Celtics.
Celtics.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they just lost.
How about
They lost again.
the next one? Are you okay, Sid? You okay? Because Sid's a
Yeah,
Celtic
I'm
fan.
trying not to think about it, but they're down 2-0
It's okay.
now
We're
against
in the
Heat.
same situation. I'm a Laker fan, so we're in the same situation.
You're pretty good. I know you're pretty good. You know that?
The
Pretty
next
good.
one, the next choice: Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Bill Walton?
Neither.
Neither. Okay. How about this: Paul Silas or Dave DeBusschere?
Paul Silas or who?
Dave DeBusschere.
Oh man, that's tough. Man. Paul Silas.
Paul Silas. Okay. Next one: Pete Maravich or Tiny Archibald?
Oh, Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete. Okay. Larry Pounds or Bubba Wilson?
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, I got it. I just put it on the list just in case.
Okay.
Okay. Next one: Cyrus Mann or Andrew Fields?
Andrew.
Andrew. Okay. How about this: Rudy Lalota or Jess Miguel Bin?
Oh man. Mickle Bean. I like Mickle Bean.
Miguel Bin. Okay. How
Love
about this:
Mickle Bean.
B-Boy Ravanes or Leo Paguntalan?
Paguntalan.
Paguntalan. Okay. Yo-Yo Martirez or Tony Torrente?
Woo. You can't get both of them?
You can get both of them.
Yeah.
You can get both of them.
Both.
Okay, both. Okay. Next one: Aaron James or Ira Terrell?
Oh man. That's a tough one now. IT.
IT. Okay. Next one: Jaworski or Atoy Ko?
Jaworski.
Jaworski. Mon Fernandez or Philip Cesar?
Fernandez. I'll tell you.
Fernandez.
I got a story about Fernandez, but I'm not going to tell you.
Are you not going to tell us? Come on. You got to tell me in
Nah.
private then. You're not going to
No.
share it now. Okay.
No.
Okay.
He came by my place one time. He came by Galarme.
Okay.
Yeah, he came by the Galarme. One morning.
All right.
What did you do?
That's the
One
end of the
morning.
story.
Yes.
That's the end of the I like that.
I'm not telling you where
Okay.
he came from. I'm just saying
All right.
he came here. Knock
right.
on the door. It was Fernandez.
Right. Okay. That's the end of the story. Okay. Next one.
Yeah.
McNeil, Larry McNeil or Dean Tolson?
Larry.
Offense or defense?
Our defense.
Defense. Okay. Crispa or Toyota?
Toyota.
Toyota.
I
And the
drive a
last one.
Toyota. I got a Toyota, by the way.
Oh, you have a Toyota. Okay. So do I.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
old one, but I got one.
And the last one, the photo, please, Carly, please.
Who?
Oh, there's a photo coming up. This one. Look at the
Oh.
screen, Otto.
Oh yeah.
Pacino or De Niro?
Man, why you pick two tough guys like that? Man. Both.
Who's it going to be?
Both.
Both. Oh, it's both.
That's
Okay.
a tough one.
It's a
Man,
tie.
that's
It's
tough.
a tie. That's what we try to do here, Otto. So that's X's or O's for this episode, brought to us by Tuminugan Farm. The next segment we have, I'll do it, Sid. I'll be the one. Is brought to us by Seryoso Chili Garlic. It's a Seryosong Tanong brought to us by Seryoso Chili Garlic. Where's the spiel? Yan. It's a delicious, aromatic, and crispy chili garlic bits in pure coconut oil made with natural, locally sourced ingredients. No preservatives, no artificial flavorings, no salt. It's the chili garlic na seryosong maanghang at kaya kay paglaban. Di gaya ng ex mo. Okay, we have a question here brought to us by our sponsor, Seryoso Chili Garlic, Otto. The question is, your teams had a problem going into the playoffs in the NBA. What would it have taken for you to have made the playoffs? Is it a better team, a better coach, a more fortunate draw for your team? What would have made you get into the NBA playoffs?
What would have made us get into the NBA playoffs?
Yeah. What was lacking from your teams?
Man, I say this. I tell you what was lacking. What was lacking was the rules. They finally changed. They changed the rules. I tell you this. They changed the rules that the teams with the best records go to the playoffs instead of teams that finish like with below par records. Because I missed the playoffs with Phoenix. We had a better record than a couple of teams, and I missed the playoffs with Detroit, and we had a better record. That year, Atlanta went to the playoffs, and Atlanta was under 500, and they didn't change that rule till way later. So I played on some good teams. It's just that the way they had it set up, you couldn't go to the playoffs back then. So
Right.
I played, like I say, Phoenix and Detroit. Two teams that we should have went to the playoffs. We should have went to the playoffs. And I think one year, I want to say when that Rocket team, we should have went to the playoffs. But the rule they wait till they changed the rules way later. Teams with the better records go to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. So that was it. So it was the setup at the time that made you miss.
To
the
me,
playoffs.
yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, once you see they finally changed it and not even come up with a play-in, get teams to get even more teams, and now they come with this play-in game and whatever, and you got a bad record and you still can make the playoffs now.
Correct. Yeah, got it. Yeah, thanks for that. It's a great answer to our Seryosong Tanong. And don't forget, everyone, you can still get your Seryoso Chili Garlic at a discount. Look at our pinned post on our Facebook page to find out how you can get some discounts for Seryoso Chili Garlic products. Okay, Mr. Sid, it's your turn.
Okay, Otto. Now my question, it's brought to you first of all by Founders Donuts, coffee and tea, and donuts, of course. It doesn't get any better than this. Just follow their social media pages on IG and Facebook to get your Founders Donuts. Okay, Otto, my question for you: if you could have dinner with any basketball player, past or present, living or dead, Filipino or American or whatever, who would it be and why?
Probably Bill Russell.
Okay.
That's a good answer. Yeah, why Bill?
I met Bill when I was 18 years old. So at that point in time, I met him. It's kind of intimidating to meet him and not just sit there at the table next to him and just look at him. I spoke to him and speak to him, but as you got older, now you feel you can hold really a conversation with him. You can talk to him. You can ask him questions. You pick his mind. He can talk back to you as two adults. So, and I just had so much respect for Russell that just be Bill Russell.
Good answer.
Because I used to call him Mr. Russell when I see him, and he called me Mr. Moore. He said, "Hello, Mr. Moore." Always Mr. Moore.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Wow.
That's a great story.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not the first one to say Bill Russell. Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Actually, a couple of.
Not just a great basketball player, a great man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Bill Russell is the answer of Otto for that. And now we're gonna enter the last portion, really. It's called Hello Porky. It's a greeting portion brought to us by A Food Vintar Longaniza, a product from Vintar Ilocos Norte, made using an original recipe passed down through generations, making it a true delicacy that captures the essence of Ilocano cuisine. It's not sweet, but it's savory and slightly garlicky. No preservatives and fresh and natural. A must try for anyone looking to experience the rich flavors of Ilocano cuisine. Try Vintar Longaniza. Place your orders now. Contact that number on your screens and eat some good, healthy longaniza. Okay. Otto, before we let you do your greetings and acknowledgments and shout outs, just a question. What moment in your career are you most thankful for and why?
Well, tell you what, just thankful that I got drafted where I did get drafted because that was never, I don't know if y'all see what guys say. They've been doing this, working toward this all their lives, and they 18, 19 years old. And that was never a dream of mine or a thought of mine. And for it to happen, and also I never thought about going to college. I'll tell you, I was going to the Army. So to come and to come from where you asked me when did I start playing, couldn't play, walk, chew, and spit at the same time or dribble a ball. It comes from that to do All American, Hall of Fame. I've been blessed, and have my number retired, at the school, and had to play with some really great ball players, and got to meet some really good guys, and you got a few friendships. Like it's a guy named Tommy Henderson. He went to the University of Hawaii. People don't know him, and people don't realize. Know he played on the U.S. Olympic team. People don't. He did. I say
play for the Rockets
right
too.
I say he played on the U.S. Olympic team. I say he was on a team that lost to the Russians. That they gave him 3 chances to score.
Yeah.
They say he would. I say look it up. It's on YouTube. They don't even know. So just to meet people, and and to be able to, and tell you what, and to be able to say that, I played against Kareem. I met Wilt Chamberlain. Got to ride with met Wilt. Well, went to Hawaii for during the summer playing an All-Star game. And Wilt he lived in Hawaii during the off season too. One of the places he stayed, and he came into the club where I was. Never said nothing to him. He wanted to fight me a couple of times. One of the nicest guys you want to meet. One of the nicest guys you want to meet. And he said, "Come on, come." He said, "Come go with me." He rode me around in Hawaii. Had a chance to talk to him, meet him. He'd never done that. So to meet people, and like I say, you get to go to places I never in my life thought about. I would have went. I never would have went to the Philippines. I've been to Hawaii 3 times. All those places I've been, I never paid for it. Been to Puerto Rico 3 times. I've been to the Dominican Republic. Been to Africa, Abidjan, the Ivory Coast. All those places, man. And I never thought, if you'd have told me I was 18, 19, 20 years old, man, you're going to go to Africa. No, I'm not. You're going to go to the Philippines one day. No, I'm not. You say, I'm not going to go to the Philippines. You're going to go to Hawaii. I wish.
Right.
Man, I lived in Phoenix, Living here now in Houston, Lived in Detroit. Detroit's a good place. Just cold, but I didn't want to. Detroit was nice. Detroit was a good place. I enjoyed Detroit while I was there. In Detroit for about 11 years. Because once I never moved, because where you get traded and where I just kept my house in Detroit. So when the season was over, I went back to Detroit. So I just stayed in Detroit. So I've been blessed, man. I had some rough times, hard times, but I've had some real good times. And I've been places, like I say, I never, man, you tell me I was going to go to the Philippines. Or I tell you what, to go to Italy, I wish I would have been more enlightened of when I went to the Philippines. I didn't understand what the Vatican meant at that time. I didn't. I went to the Vatican. I didn't stay too far from the Vatican,
Mhm.
and I went to the Vatican, but I didn't know what the Vatican really meant. I didn't know what the Pope meant neither.
Uh-huh.
That's the Pope is the highest being. The Pope is, you know, and I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
know the Pope was somebody special, but um, I would have really understood Michelangelo on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't understand that,
You've been
and
basketball's taking you all over the world, huh?
I've seen things that like I say, I see now. Now I went to the Coliseum, went inside the Coliseum, and I look at the Coliseum now. When you see on TV, because they got these travel shows that people, travel shows, and people go
Uh-huh.
all over the country, and they go to these places, and they show the Coliseum now. You
Right.
can't go up into the Coliseum like when I went. You could park right up front. You park. I mean, you park right up front. You
Uh-huh.
get out, and I think they charge you to go in there now.
Yeah.
If they was charging, I know because I would have remember paying.
Hmm.
They didn't. They wasn't charging when I went,
Right.
so I believe they charge now.
Hmm.
And I don't think you can just go up in the car, especially with so much that's going on in the world now with what they're doing, the fighting, the bombing, and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
With the
don't think you,
security
I
issues.
don't
Yeah.
think you can just
Uh-huh.
go up in the Coliseum no more.
Hmm.
That's why I say I went. We parked right up front. Got out. I remember walking into the Coliseum. Now that was something I always remember that I saw the
Uh-huh.
Coliseum and I saw old ancient Rome. They got that. You can go down. It's like the city. They ruins, but you can go in there, and that was something to see that after all these centuries, it's still standing.
Yeah.
So, but to appreciate it, I didn't appreciate it, but I understood. I looked and understood history, but now I see that it's something to behold.
Hmm.
It really is. In the
Yeah.
Philippines, the thing that y'all showed before y'all came on, they got a freeway.
Yeah. We had a
I mean, I'm
skyway. It's
looking
called the
at,
Skyway. Yeah. You saw the ad earlier. Yeah.
I'm
The
looking at
bridge
all
that.
them. I'm looking at all them skyscrapers, and
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's totally.
Right.
I'm amazed at the Philippines now. Now I do it. I do. I wish I could come back now and just see it now. Just see
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah.
And is it Mabini? Is it
Yeah.
Mabini?
Mabini. You went to Mabini,
Mabini.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. I don't know what. I don't know if Mabini's still the same. When I was there, was Mabini was Mabini.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know if
No,
it's gonna
it's
change or
still looks that
what.
way. Yeah. Still looks that way now.
Say,
Pretty
okay,
much.
I remember all that. Yeah. So just to
More
come
traffic.
back,
Yeah.
Manila, come back to Manila, see how Manila's grown.
Yeah.
But I'm amazed at how the growth in a freeway though. A freeway. I say, but no
Yeah. Yeah.
freeway, no.
Lots has changed, of course. I mean, it's been a wild auto, but it would really be great if you could come over. But we really appreciate you sharing all your stories with us. And my God, your memory is amazing. By the way, you
Yeah.
remember all the names and all the guys and everything, the games. But before we let you go, finally, you can do your shout outs now. You can acknowledge people, say thank you, just say hi to anyone you want to greet. You can
Well,
do it now
I
before we
call all
finish.
the names. Everybody y'all call. I kept calling out the name of all my teammates: Rudy, Yo Yo, um, Jess. You know, all my teammates, man. I got along, and I say I got along. I believe with each and every last one of them. Never had a problem that I know of with not one of them, not one teammate. And if I did, I'm sorry, but I enjoyed my time there. And let me tell you, the people there were just to me were just they were just great to me. You know, you had a few bad eggs, but when you got like 95% of the people that are treating you good and they good people, I have nothing but just like I told you, Austin Lister. Hey man,
Auto Lister.
I'm proud of you. You living my dream. Shit. I have nothing but love for you being over there because you're around good people, man. To me, a good place to be. It's a good place to be. And I enjoyed it when I was there, and you still there. That means you enjoyed it. So it's a good place. So
Yeah.
I miss the Philippines. I miss it very much. To think about it all the time. Anytime they have something on TV about the Philippines, I travel. I look.
Nice.
That show is for me. I look at that show. So,
Nice. Well,
I
we're
enjoyed
so
my
glad.
time there.
Yeah, we're so glad you enjoyed your time here in the Philippines, and as you see, the fans still remember you all the way until now,
Yeah.
Otto. So they were
And I
talking
want
about
to
you,
Jaworski,
commenting.
hey man, although we went on the same team, man. Like I said, I came along too soon. If I wouldn't have came along too soon, me and you probably could have played. We might have played together because I know he recruited Billy Ray Bass to play with him. So I know he would
Yeah.
have gotten me to play with him.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
So I
Indeed.
know he would have
1986.
gotten me.
Yeah.
Hey Otto, thanks so much for coming on the show and sharing your stories with us. Before we go, we'd like to thank, of course, our sponsors, San Miguel Corporation, always with us, powering our show. We have all our other sub-segment sponsors, Tuminugan Farms, Seryoso Chili Garlic, Founder Donuts, Fitbit, A-Food, Vintar Longaniza. We are part of the Globally Ballin Network. So thank you to Globally Ballin, Carly, and Aaron, and the rest of the crew. We'd like to greet some guys who've celebrated their birthdays this past week who have been guests on our show. Francois Wise, Glenn Capascio, and Manny Paner. These guys just celebrated their birthday, so happy birthday to all three of them. Thank you to PBA Archives for all the photos and the information that you provide every week. We also thank PH Sports Bureau for sharing our information and our program schedule. We're going to name our next guest as soon as we can. We'll post it on our Facebook page. But this has been an awesome episode 175 with Mr. Otto Moore. What a story. 9 years in the NBA, championship here in the PBA, and meeting all those stars and sharing your stories with us. Otto, we appreciate you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Let me say this: anybody, I don't care who, if anybody they want my number, ask you for my number, you give it
Yeah,
to them. Let them
I
call me.
will. I
Let them
will. I'll
have them
tell your
call me.
teammates.
They want to call me. I don't care. Yeah, it don't have to be a teammate. Just
Yeah, yeah.
any friend.
Anyone who wants to call.
Yeah, because I
Anyone who
got
wants to
it,
call.
it was more than my teammates. I mean, more than teammates over there that I met. So it's people. Like I say, my place was the place to be when I was there. For some reason, guys from another team and everybody, I look up. They at my place. I mean, just let you know, man. I got along. I thought I got along with everyone, and everyone got along with me. So
Right.
people don't want to be around people that they don't like. So they
Got
was
it.
at my place. So
Okay. I'll
someone
be
asked
handing
you,
out your number. I'll be handing out your number to the guys. No problem, Otto. Thanks so much.
no problem.
So that's episode 175 for AEOB. It's now in the books. On behalf of my partner, Sid Ventura, we are the dynamic duo today. I'm Charlie Cuna. Thank you for joining us. God bless you all. We will have our next episode next week. Please continue supporting our show. Otto Moore, cheers to you, man. Take care. And I'm going to send you the photos. I'll email them to you for your collection. Okay, we're going. We're signing off, Carly. Goodbye, everyone. See
Tell
you next week.
Jaworski I say hello.
I will. All right.
All right.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.